What's up, y'all? Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Y'all ready for this video? This live today? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Trust me, I do not get carried away with filters either. I just like using it on this live. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me? If you turn it up. Okay, what up, Jake from State Farm? Welcome to the live. Um, all right, y'all. We gonna get started soon. But man, they want to talk about government shutdown. How about this? Black people shutdown. How about that? Let's really talk about it. Government shutdown, black people shutdown. Man, I have to come to y'all with this one because I need y'all I need y'all to put on y'all listening ears. You know what I'm saying? Cause first and foremost, I just want to, you know what? Let me use a better selection than that. That is just like, what are we at? Some sort of nightclub or something? Uh, oh, actually, here go my little instrumentals. Yeah, I don't own any copyrights to this music either, YouTube. See, YouTube, what they do is, even when I say it, my videos are still not whatever. They just do whatever the heck they want to do with my videos behind the scenes when they upload. YouTube be on straight BS. Shout out to YouTube, y'all. They really be on BS and they be really emailing me with the BS about my videos and I be ignoring it. Cause at the end of the day, you ain't gonna stop me from telling the truth, YouTube. Cause if I can't say it on this platform, I'm gonna say it outside. Yeah. See, I know a lot of people, they keep trying to, they keep trying to tell me like, why don't you get other platforms? I'm just not into it. I'm not the social media addict that I used to be. You know what I'm saying? I used to be on Facebook all day, every day. I used to have a TikTok, but I never really liked TikTok. I talk a lot about that all the time. Yeah, yep. Uh, so yeah, y'all, welcome to the live. They want to talk about government shutdown, black people shutdown. What does she mean, black people shut down? What? What do I mean, black people shut down? The black people shutdown has been going on for so long, y'all. I'm not sure if y'all even been paying attention to it, because we've been shut down on each other a long time ago. They want to talk about the government shutdown. Oh, pull the government, let the government need to reopen. What about you? Can you reopen? Well, I ain't never been closed. Yes, you have. You've been closed for some time, and actually, you've been shut down for some time. And let's really talk about it. Because your own family, they'll shut down on you. Yeah. On so-called friends, they'll shut down on you. Your co-workers, your neighbors, they'll shut down on you. Black people shut down. You know what? I'm so sick and tired of people sitting up here talking about, man, the government shut down and now people can't get their food stamps and now people can't do this and people can't do that. Let me, first and foremost, you got black content creators out here that's opening up their mouth. They don't even have to receive food stamps, okay? They just opening up their mouth and they got something to say. Meanwhile, they flexing on you, showing you how much money they make on YouTube, right? Let's talk about it. They can show you how much money they make on YouTube. They can show you their car. They can show you their house. They can show you everything pertaining to money, but they can't help and assist in this type of timing that we live in. And let's talk about it. YouTube, clip this right here. Everybody pointing their finger. I know a lot of people might be offended when I say this, but put on your big girl panties or your big boy drawers or something. Because a lot of y'all be like emotionally sensitive towards certain words and stuff like that. But anyway, let's talk about it. Everybody want to point the fingers at the MAGA people. And no, I didn't vote for Trump. But even if I did, and even if I really did, who are you to judge? Just saying. But let's talk about it. Everybody pointing the fingers at MAGA. Everybody pointing the fingers at the Trump administration. But when is anything going to click in the minds of the people to understand that first and foremost, you got your local politicians out here that are actually very wealthy, or should I say millionaires, and they're going to watch all of y'all suffer in the state that you live in. Yep, they can do something about it. They got all these different type of organizations and stuff in your local town or state or city that you live in, and nobody's gonna do anything about it except point the fingers in that direction. Yeah, see, my thing is what I dislike about people, especially black people. They got these non-for-profit organizations out here, black-owned businesses and all that. You want somebody to fund your business and fund your organization and support your business, and y'all sitting up here wealthy, sitting in these nice houses. You can help your community, but you will watch them. You know what? The Hunger Games has began. The Hunger Games is began. So you mean to tell me we living in the times where people so quick to point the finger in that direction over there, the right, I guess, the Republicans, I guess, and this is not to defend them, but do you gotta be kidding me, bro? It's so y'all gotta understand something. It is so many non-for-profit organizations out here. It is so many wealthy folks out here that got money that can literally help people right now. At least give them, a bag or two, a bag of some rice or some beans, some canned good. Y'all got all that money, but you got your nerve to open up your mouth. I just seen a content creator the other day. Well, very wealthy black content creator. I'm not even gonna say any names. I'll do you that favor. I'm not gonna call you out, but I'm gonna just say this. I'm trying to figure out how you opening up your mouth and you saying something about government assistance, in the same breath you saying that you never been on government assistance and you don't receive the assistance. Now I do understand people, they do feel a way about this, happening to people, and they just want to give their take on it. But can you offer some help? Can you offer some help while you talking? Or is you just gonna end your video and that's it? That's over with. It's over with. That's it. Book closed. Nothing else to say. No help offered, nothing. And y'all be out here wealthy as I don't know what, watching other people suffer through this. Like, seriously. But, at the same time, I do understand the times that we living in, and I do understand that people are very evil, wicked, and selfish. And I just want to say this, especially black folks, especially black people. The black people shutdown. Black people shutdown been started a long time ago. We had black slave masters. We been selling each other out. But yet and still, you got some black people up here talking about, oh yeah, it's the white man. Oh, it's the white woman. It's always the as I get older and I start to really figure out the ways of the world and the ways of the people that is in the world, I really start to understand that. We living amongst a bunch of people that actually in some sort of way are mentally unstable. in some sort of way, they mentally unstable. Because I'm just trying to understand, how can you point the finger at the white man and the white woman, but they ain't telling us to hate each other and not help each other in these times? They ain't telling us to walk away from each other and, deny one another assistance if we need some sort of assistance. See, the problem with black people is black people always feel like when you asking them for help, you asking for money. They assume that you want their money. But this is my thing. Why are we falling out over dead presidents? Why are we falling out over the eye of providence? You know who your God is, right? So-called. The person that, you go to church, the same person that go to church every Sunday and say they believe in the Most High God and they pray for you, but as soon as you ask them for some money, they flip out over their dead presidents. They flip out over the eye of providence. You want to know why? Because that is technically their God. They're just using church as a disguise. Said people could not wait to see folks struggling. Exactly. Everybody ready to blow the whistle and talk about the government shutdown. But let's talk about the black people shutdown. Let's talk about how us as black people will rather watch one another suffer through these times instead of trying to help each other. Let's talk about how black people, even your own family, they will make you feel like help is exhausted. But I am here to tell you today, over the last couple days, right? It has been them same white people that y'all blame. White people been helping us. Me and my husband, white people have been helping us. And I thank God for people like them. And I'm not saying all white folks is good and stuff like that. I'm just trying to give y'all an example. Why is it that our own family couldn't help us? Why is it that our own neighbors couldn't help us? Why? Why is it that if you was to ask a total stranger, a black person, for help, they ready to battle with you? They ready to, it's your struggle versus they struggle. I'm just saying. And then they always assume that you want their money. They ready to yell at you, get into a little conflict with you, and use you asking them for help, which is technically to them money. They ready to cut you off, walk away from you, and spread rumors about you, and just make up stuff and say, oh, you talking about her? Girl, she always asking for something. Aren't we supposed to? So why is it that white folks can help? And I'm not saying all white people, but why is it that some white people can help and they can help and they don't even ask no questions? They don't ask what you need it for. They genuinely will help you. And then when you tell them thank you, they, oh, nah, you don't have to. Even though me personally, I love to tell people thank you. And I really mean it, like genuinely mean it. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I tell a person thank you. Because a thank you ain't all you just gonna get from that. It ain't finna be a program that's, oh, thank you. It's, man, I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know what I'm saying? But most importantly, before I thank them, I give God thanks. Because he came within them to be able to help. But some black people so evil and so prideful that, I mean, man, you can't ask them for a piece of toilet paper to wipe your behind. That's how bad it has become. You say ain't nobody making us hate each other but us. Ain't no white anything. Exactly. Ain't nobody helping us to hate one another. So you can sit there and you can blame the white man all day. See, let's be 100. Us as black folks, we were already conditioned and programmed to blame and point the finger at the white man. We was already programmed. As I got older and I went through trial and error, I've been able to see that technically it's my own people that's keeping me oppressed. Technically, it's my own people that will walk away from me when I'm asking for a helping hand. Now, one thing that y'all should appreciate is that a person can put their pride away to ask for some help, to ask for some assistance, to ask for some food, to ask for, little things, tissue, something. Do you not know how hard it really is, especially for me, to really have to ask people for anything? Because I know the times we live in there, I already know people is selfish and they are evil. Real talk. What's up, Demi? You say if you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody else. Facts. And a lot of these black folks, though, they don't love themselves, right? I mean, I talked a lot about self-hate, you know what I'm saying? Because it starts from within. That hate starts from within. And when it's brewing, you better not go outside, because then you're going to start to hate everybody on the outside as well. And you know what's sick? People will know that you hate them and they'll love you at the same time. And that majority of the times, those are actually the people that got hate in their hearts too. Real talk. I ain't saying that if a person show that they hate you, you got to show that you hate them back. Because me personally, I'll let you know, hey, you have a great day. With all that hate, you're going to have to move around. I don't want it on me. I don't want no parts of it. Go ahead. Go ahead on. And you can go show that hate to somebody that's going to love you for that. Because there's people out here that's like, yes, gratitude. I love that you hate me. Hate me so I can hate you back. Hate me. Go ahead. Come on. Hate me. So I can hate you back so we can just be at a war with one another. But me personally, I don't want that. But it's just sad. It's sad. Now in the times that we living in, right? You know what? I'm gonna give y'all a prime example. When me and my husband was going through our homeless situation, all those so-called family, so-called friends, right? Nowhere to be found. Soon as you ask them for help, they ready to X you out the picture. They ready to, deny you anything and just even if you ask for a piece of toilet paper, damn. But back then, people were either they was telling you, hey, I don't have it right now, or they'll tell you like, nah, I ain't got that, but I got something else for you, and then they'll whip out a damn bottle. They want you to celebrate failure. Hello. But nowadays, I'm not saying that that's what we wanted at all, but nowadays, 2025, you better not ask them for nothing. You better not ask them for a penny. Not even a penny. You better not even ask them for some chapstick. Don't ask them for shit, okay? Because they ain't going to help you. Now, if the shoe fit, wear it, because I know a lot of black people probably like, who's she talking about? She ain't talking about me, because I help people. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? If you help people so much, right, it's people out here right now that's in need. They need help. That can use a little bit of assistance. That can literally use, a couple cans of beans or corn or something like that. So if you so helpful, it's plenty of people out here during the government shutdown that can use your help. Now, meanwhile, while the government is shut down, the black people, meanwhile, while the government is shut down and it's on the verge of reopening, which I believe in my heart, I feel like it's gonna be something so sinister for you guys when it reopens. Real talk. But while the government is on the verge of reopening, the black people have completely shut down. Because you better not. Don't even think about it. You said what? You said you got a shit And you said you ain't got no tissue. Girl, she talking about she ain't got no tissue. You telling me she ain't got no tissue? Then you got the other friend telling her, girl, you better not give her nothing. You thought I was about to get her something? Girl, I ain't finna get her no tissue. This is all the tissue I got. They better go wipe they ass with their hands or something. I'm telling you. So evil. And all jokes aside though, real life, that has happened to me before. So while y'all talking about the government shutdown, let's talk about how black people been shut down a long time ago. But the black people in 2025 has completely shut down. They're not going to offer you anything. What do you mean? They see a homeless person. I just still can't get over this. In the black community, this true story, this happened a few days ago. Black woman sitting in front of the grocery store begging for some help. All them black people got out their cars, going in the grocery store, looking up and down, going in the store, coming out with groceries. Not one person can offer this woman even a bag of chips. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Now, while I'm telling y'all the story, my husband is the one that actually went to he told me about this situation. And he was on the phone with me, and I'm hearing a lady in the background talk about how, why is everybody constantly turning their nose up at me and looking me up and down? And I just need some help. Wow. You know what? My husband said, you know what? I got you. Ain't gonna be much, but if I come out with some change, I can give it to you. At least. But people ain't even offer her. This is what I be talking about. Black people can't even offer you a penny, bro. They can't offer you a piece of bread. They will watch you suffer and talk about you and criticize you and not even the kind words. People, they can't even offer kind words to you. You know what? Everything will be okay. You're going to get through it. Instead, they just put you down. They look you up and down. They criticize you. And their narcissistic asses turn around and point the finger at the white man. Yeah, man, look at this government. Look what they doing. Look what you doing. And you walk past people that you know that you can help, that you have the ability to help. But yet and still you put them down. You look them up and down. Not every homeless person is a junkie. Real talk. I've been there before, homeless and everything for 2.5 years. We wasn't junkies. People go through certain things in their life which put them in these positions. But damn, why y'all trying to act like, oh, you got your hand out because you need some help? But then you turn around and tell a person, oh, just call 311. So I still ain't got my hand out? I ain't got my hand out when you telling me to call 311 though. But I got my hand out when I'm asking you for help. You said they'll help you with giving up on themselves. Exactly. You said here I go struggling worse than everyone, and I gave her some Exactly. That's my thing. Everybody that's walking into that store, I don't know their story, but I know one thing. My husband is the one that's really struggling. The crazy part about it is sometimes you can't even tell because the man look damn good for to be going through a struggle, right? Let the people that let everybody else tell it. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we was homeless. Prime example. We was homeless, living in a car. These same people knew it. But every chance they got, they tried to say that they just knew we was good because we had on a nice coat that someone gave us, because we had on a good pair of shoes that somebody gave us, because we didn't look like we were homeless. And that is a damn shame how people view homeless people. If you're homeless, you have to be dirty and filthy and bummy. You have to actually look like you're homeless for someone to believe that you're homeless. You can't live in your car and be homeless because technically you're not homeless. You can't live in a hotel room on and off because technically you ain't homeless. Even hell, if you sleeping on the street in a cardboard box and you sleeping somewhere, you ain't homeless because you sleeping in a cardboard box. If you get out that cardboard box and you go freshen up and you put on some, you know, other type of clothes, it may not be clean, but when you put them on, you look clean and you comb your hair and stuff, and you go back and you sit by that cardboard box, people gonna look at you like, look at them playing like they homeless and stuff. Black people though, I've been in a car with black people that will literally ride past a homeless person sitting on a curb with a cardboard and say, anything helps, and laugh at them. They talking about anything helps. I ain't finna get them no money. Why do they always assume that you need money from them? If a person say anything helps, and I got it on me right now, and I got some money or something, or I have the ability to help them, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna ask them what size you wear. I'm gonna bring back some clothes for you. Hey, I may not be able to get you about 2 or 3 outfits, but I can get you an outfit. What size shoes you wear? What type of food do you like to eat? Especially if you're afraid that they're going to take the money and use it on drugs or whatever the case may be. Or if they obviously appear like a junkie, you know what I'm saying? If they're saying anything helps, there is other forms of help. Maybe you could be, you not know how many supervisors and managers ride past homeless people every day, and they can't even offer them a job. Can't even say, hey, I can get you right on up in, where I work at. I'm actually the supervisor there. And you ain't got to do, you know what I'm saying? I could just pull your application. Hey, how about this? I come and pick you up and we can go on over to my store or wherever I work at, and we can do the application together, and I can do the interview on the spot, and I can get you in. If they say they ain't got no, way there, what? And I got the money. Okay, look, here you go. I offer you a bus fare. Or I can at least, have somebody that can come and pick you up. People just selfish, and they try to make it seem like the only form of help is money, and it's not. You said the tables always turn. Oh, what's up, Zaru? You said the tables always turn. I have been in some crazy positions, but all it did was build my faith. That's all it should do. That's all. That's all it should do, though. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't do that for a lot of people because they let it fly right over their heads. Do you not know how many black people out here that they're so afraid to struggle? They so afraid to struggle that they would do whatever they can to not have to struggle. They'll do whatever they can to not have to struggle. They don't want it to build them up. They don't want that. What? Build me up? But I don't have time for that. I got to work. I got to make some money. Soon as you tell them, hey, look, at the end of the day, you struggling, you gonna get through it. You try to give them a little words of advice and let them know, hey, you gonna get through it. All you gotta do is just let it build you. Let it build me. Girl, the only thing I need to be building is this income. Is my credit score. Because I need to be making some money. I had this one black chick that's around my age I was talking to before. This is how you know black people really hate the word struggle. They hate seeing a $0 bank account. They just, anything pertaining to the struggle, they don't want it. I'm telling her my situation. She basically talking to me as if she really, she's really going through hardships. So I'm telling her, giving her a little advice, telling her about my situation. She say, I hear you though, but now I got to get back to this money. Can't be me. She said, yeah, I don't never fall off. I ain't never been like this. I got to get back to the money. And I said, damn, The Matrix got y'all so far. And then you know what the person told me? They said they know they in the Matrix. They said, I know I'm in the Matrix though. Man, the Matrix got y'all so far gone, it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. You got to get back to the money. That's all you could think about. It's the slave mentality for me. You said, I used to be depressed about my struggle, but shit, now I love my life. Up and downs, in and outs. You know what I'm saying? For real. Um, the Matrix beating the fuck. Exactly. You said the saddest thing about support is people are very judgmental with help. It does not make sense. Just keep your exactly. You said, "Wow, if she lives long enough, she'll see." If you live long enough, you'll see. But I mean, we living through some times right now where unfortunately you're gonna have to struggle some way, somehow. Everybody ain't able to make it, okay? And these are the same people that be talking about how they live in paycheck to paycheck too. Mind you. It just ain't clicking right. And then when you said the saddest thing about support is people is very judgmental with help. It don't make sense. You know what? Let me tell y'all something that I really dislike about a lot of black folks. You know, specifically family too. They try to say stuff like when you call them up and say, "Hey, how you doing? Just wanted to ask you, for some help right now. Some crazy times we living in. The phone line gets very quiet. Hello? Yeah, I was just trying to see if I can get some help, little food, little something, you know what I'm saying? These people would literally tell you, oh, I'm struggling myself. I ain't got nothing. Oh, not even a loaf of bread, a slice of bread? Nope. They so quick. This is how you could tell when a person lying to. They so quick to say no. And these the same people that deny you every time. Mind you, it don't matter if you are in dying need, right? Of something. They're gonna tell you, oh man, I can't even help you. Obviously, what does that tell you? They do not want to see you elevate. They don't even want to see elevation. They don't want to see that. You tell them something good happened, they don't even want to hear that. They're ready to get off the phone with you and everything. But this person will tell you in a heartbeat, oh, no, I ain't even got it. Not even $1. Literally. Nope. $2? Nope. 50 cents? No. Oh, okay. Well, how about this? I got a job interview. Could you, mind you, they got a car, everything. They ain't doing nothing. They not doing nothing. They're retired. All they do is chill out, lay around. They ain't that old. They get up and they move around and they go on trips and stuff like that with their friends. But you tell them you got a job interview. And then now all of a sudden something wrong with their car. Oh, dang, man. Something wrong with my car. Oh, okay. Can I maybe $5 for a bus fare? Oh, no, I ain't even got that. You ain't call so-and-so? Maybe they can help you. You call so-and-so and so-and-so ain't got it either. Now they done already gossiped about you and everything. Yeah. They putting each other on alert to make sure that they don't help you. Exactly. Why they say no so fast? It's all about finding your tribe. Fuck with the ones that's clapping when you win. Exactly. And that's along the journey too. That's along the journey. You can only with the ones that's clapping when you win. Cause trust me, them same white folks that helped us, same white people that y'all talk about so bad, they actually clapping right now for us. You said, I feel like asking for help and threatening someone's life is hand in hand. It is. See, when you asking them for help, you know, don't you dare. Because they feel like they're going to have to defend themselves from you for you asking them for help. But anyway, y'all, so many different examples that I can give. But we got a few videos that we're gonna react to. And oh, hold on. And with that being said, black people shut down. Y'all talking about government shutdown though. The audacity. Black people shut down. We been shut down. We ain't out here helping each other. We watching each other suffer. We still competing with each other right now. Right now through the shutdown, still competing with one another, still looking each other up and down. We have called family and stuff like that. You would think that it's time. This is a time where, people have that golden opportunity to come together and unite, since y'all scream out black unity and Black Lives Matter and stuff like that. But now that we have the golden opportunity to do that, because the opportunity presented itself. Trump ain't stop us from uniting with each other. The Trump administration ain't stop. The Republicans and the Democrats, they ain't stopping us from uniting with one another. But we just got this deeply rooted hate for one another. We just got this deeply rooted hate within to the point where we don't even want to watch one another elevate. Yeah, bitter ass baby mamas through the government shutdown, still putting these ninjas on child support. Bitter ass baby daddies still hunting their baby mamas down, trying to ruin her life. Evil, wicked ass systems still coming after men for child support. Mind you, black judges is in these seats too. Oh yeah. Yep. Black shutdown. You said let's get it. Always remember super chat is Cash App is pinned below with the topic if you want to donate. Super chat is available as well. Hey, the subscribe button is always free, and just engaging and stuff like that is free as well. So, I don't discriminate with help, to be honest. But anyway, we got a few videos that we need to watch or react to. The name of this guy is, they call him Trey Henderson on YouTube, and he titled this "Why Black People Do Not Support Each Other." And I was just basically pulling up some videos that can help support this topic that I'm talking about, so people can understand exactly what the hell I'm talking about. Let's see what he got to say about it. And he made this video 3 years ago.
What's up, man? You tuned into the right video. It's your big brother, Trans Genius, man. Don't forget to subscribe after this video is over, especially if this video resonates with you. Because what I'm about to say, man, is something that I always been wanting to make a video about, but I always wondered what people would think. But now I'm at a point now where it's like, I gotta let this shit out. You feel me? And, a lot of people won't agree with me, of course. Then a lot of people will agree with me, okay? Yeah. But this video that I'm about to make, man, is something I think that if you subscribe to my channel or you just decided to click this video, I'm like almost 110% certain that you will agree with everything that I'm about to point out in this video, okay? Because this is a problem that's been holding you back for years, okay?
Yeah.
And you probably just have never heard nobody speak on it. It's something that's always kept up under the rug. Nobody never want to talk about it. But I'm about to talk about it today, damn it. It's your big bro Trend, man. Turn the volume up on your cell phone. Turn the volume up on your TV, because I'm about to talk some real shit, all right? Look.
Let's go.
If
it went on commercial.
Or a loved one were sexually abused at these Illinois
because I just I just want to say this real quick. I don't never hear anybody that's black talking about how us as black people, we really hate each other. We really don't want to help each other. And like you said, it never hurts to ask. It don't. But it's like 2025 when you ask people, specifically black people, they make you feel like, help is exhausted. It's to the point where that same very race that they told you about that won't ever help you. That race, that same race, it's their fault. You know, they definitely don't want you to go to them. Don't go to the white man, because the white man is not going to help you, Danny. The white man is going to put you down. Trust me, when I tell you I've been raised by family members that they was conditioned themselves. So they were so conditioned that as a kid, they literally have tried to explain to me that it's the white man. The white man don't want to see. He want to watch us fail. So it's never been in me to really ask white people for help. But when I tell you, you ask a white person for some help, boy, they're gonna feel exactly where you coming from. Although they've never really experienced the struggle, they literally, Deme, hit at the very bottom, it's pinned. So once you hit, I guess, I'm not sure, I'm doing it on my end, but I know that if you hit where it says topic with pinned below, the Cash App is actually next to the topic. Yeah, well, am I doing it right? I'm hitting it right now. I'm tapping it right now. If you tap it, the topic pinned below, the Cash App is right next to it. Let me know if you could still see it or not. But sorry, y'all. Actually, I kind of thrown off at the same time because my daughter just woke up. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. That's crazy. What was I saying? Do you remember? He don't even remember. Okay, y'all. But we're gonna get to this. Oh, actually, I think I remember what I was saying. Yeah, black people, they make you feel like there's no way around it. They make you feel, and I'm telling y'all, this is what happened. This is my own experience that I'm giving y'all. I have black family. I am a black woman. I guess. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know my true real ethnicity, but all I do know is that I have a little bit of, on my father's side, Korean, a little bit of Caucasian, because my grandfather, he was actually, I think my father told me he had like 20% Caucasian or something like that. Man, look, I never met my grandfather or anything. But anyway, got off topic a little bit. Black family. I come from a black family. I had black friends. I grew up in the black neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? The hood. My whole life, pretty much. I have lived in white communities as well. And when man, words can't even explain. White people will really help you, bro. Like so when I used to live in a white community in the suburbs or whatever, every second Saturday of the month, right across the street from the condos that I lived in, they would have at the church, they would have this huge sale. It's like a little garage sale or whatever. And there is so many people within that goes to that church that would have their whatever they selling outside the church. And I would take my kids with me and stuff like that at the time when I did have my children. I would take my children with me and we'll go walk around and see what I could find or whatever. They had prices that was like $10, $5, $3, $1, good stuff. It was this one lady, she had a bunch of china dishes, beautiful china dishes, and she was selling them for $1. And it was beautiful. Then this white lady, she said, "Oh my God, your son, he loves my the toy trucks that I'm selling. Can I give him one?" I was like, "Oh no, we don't have like no money right now or whatever." She was like, "Oh no, I can give it to him for free." And I was like, "Really?" She was like, "Yeah, he can take it." Gave it to him with no problem. There was another lady that gave me a stroller for free. But white people don't help. White people they just wanna oppress you. They wanna see you down. This is what my own people have told me. Meanwhile, they wanna condition you to believe that the white man and the white woman will go against you. They will keep your man going because all they know is they'll never help your ass. So don't you go running over there to that racial group over there, because they ain't gonna help you. Don't you go running over there to those Mexicans. They ain't gonna help you. Don't go running over there to them white folks. They ain't gonna help you. But meanwhile, I'm asking you for help as my family, and you can't even help me. So, when I finally start opening up, and I would go to white folks, and I would add the white folks, as the family would say, and I would ask them for help, bro. They don't have a problem with helping. So I'm thinking, like, why is it that Black people keep saying don't ask the white man for help because he gonna oppress you? But you oppressing me though. Oh, Deme, I see. I appreciate you. I really appreciate you. I appreciate you. At the end of the day, look, I appreciate that. you know? Oh, okay, yeah, I already know. Um, yeah, I appreciate you. Cause guess what? Family won't even do that. They won't even do that. You ask them for 50 cents. 50 cents, girl. I ain't got no 50 cent. Get on up out of here. Meanwhile, they got a big old container full of change. I'm telling you, true story. And then we gonna get to the video real quick. You know, my one time I used to go over these specific family members' house, and for a whole year they had been saving up quarters. Every time anybody that would get a quarter, they would put it in a container. The container was like, this big. I mean, it was one of those gallons, that the little water thing, the water jugs or whatever. Hinkley Springs. So every year, every time I would come over there, the container, it was getting filled with quarters. I asked the family member, "Hey, can I get $2 out of that?" No, no, you cannot. I said, that's all I need. I just need $2. No, no. We are using that for something else. What you using it for? Decoration? Because when I got older, mind you, at the time I was a teenager. When I got older, it was so filled, they put another Hinkley Springs gallon next to that one and started filling that one up. How greedy. And that one was still sitting right there all those years. Didn't even touch it. But you couldn't even give me $2 out of that. I use money as a tool. I use it for what I need. And I'm asking for the support so that I can use it for what I need. Okay? I can see the people right now. $2. What you need $2 for? You a junkie or something? Nah. It's just like Deme said, it all adds up. So I just needed that so I can add it on to what I had. And it's like, nah. And then I just kept eyeballing the thing the whole time. And I said, not that this was right or anything like that, But I said to myself, I said, okay, as soon as they walk off, I'm going to just get it myself. And see, y'all wonder why a lot of your own friends and your family will steal from you. I ain't saying that we supposed to steal from each other, but you wonder why. It's because you refuse to help even though you have the ability to do that. Yeah, we gonna eat for sure. Exactly. You said they intentionally not supporting you, but exactly. Trust me, I know a few big people that ain't came in here. They ain't even do what them they did. They ain't do that. But
my channel and you not black,
here we go.
all right, you probably can relate to some of this stuff too, but I just want to do a special video today simply just for my black people out there. All right, my black entrepreneurs, my black business owners, my black motivated people, my black dreamers out there. Okay, so this video is dedicated to all my African American, my black subscribers. Shouts out to all my subscribers.
Look, y'all see the topic pinned below. Black people shut down. Because we really talking about the black folk, and this is no disrespect to other cultures. Maybe you can relate, but I do want to say this real quick. I do want to say this. You know what? I was so blinded by everything that was said about us as black people. It really is true. And I see why we are one of the most hated, lost cultures out there that it is. You know, we have been conditioned for so long by family, that, black folks as a whole, to believe that everything that's said about us is said about us out of created stereotypes. But to be honest, it was some things that was said about us that was really true. A lot of things that has been said about us that's actually true that I'm really starting to see, minus the stereotypes though. I ain't even talking about the stereotypes from the racist folks, because don't get me wrong, it is some racist white folks out there. It's people of all different cultures can be racist. Real talk. You said that's like people getting mad because you winning a competition you didn't even know you were in. Exactly. Secret hate. It's just that, we've been conditioned as black folks to side eye another race because it was taught to us that they are the race that has kept us oppressed. But I'm here to tell you, we're actually doing that to each other. We got the ability to help each other. And we can't even do that. We can't even, I'm telling you, look at what me and my husband going through, putting up with the system, right? Trying to fight for our children to get out the system. Own family turned against us. They ain't even trying to help us, bro. But I'm telling you, we got real white people out here that has been helping us though. Yep. The same white folks that the family then conditioned you to believe that's gonna keep you oppressed. Ain't that something?
Everybody tune in, listen. So it's crazy because I was talking to one of my friends. I was talking to one of my friend girls the other day, right? And she got 2 kids, and she's a single mother. You know what I mean? And I think she's like 26 years old or whatever. And she was telling me how she was trying to move into this new house, right? And the lady that she had to go through, like the little, I don't know, the secretary lady at the housing place or whatever, like was a black lady.
Uh-oh. Up. All right. Okay. Let's hear them.
She got kids, and so she was telling me she like made the payment on the house and everything. She bought the house or whatever, whoop de whoop. And she was saying like the lady did not give her a key to get in the house on that Friday. That the lady did not want to give her a key, although she had already paid for the house. The house was hers. You know what I'm saying? But she was telling me how like the lady was being funny. For some strange reason, this black lady was being funny to this young black girl and didn't give her the key. So
I'm about to expose the hell out the black culture today. So I hope y'all ready for this. You hear what this man is saying? See, don't nobody talk about stuff like this because apparently black people can't be racist. Black people can never do one another wrong. What do you mean? It's all a facade, y'all. It's all a facade to my other cultures out there that's listening. It is a freaking facade. They so quick to play. Yes, we do play the blame game. You're right. Y'all right about that. It is the blame game that they play. Oh no, we don't do that to each other. Black unity, black power. Look at how they're doing our black sisters. Look at how they're doing our black brothers. All a facade, y'all. Because guarantee, if you go to them same people that's saying it and ask them for help, they won't help you. As a matter of fact, they'll take your damn money though.
She said she broke down and started crying inside her car because she didn't have nowhere for her and her kids to go for that weekend. Okay, that's what she was thinking. It was.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So she paid the lady who was in charge. You got to be kidding me. So she paid, I guess we would say the realtor. She put the money down on the house and she paid for everything. And this black lady ain't give her no key. And she knew that this lady paid for her house so she can, get the key to her new home. And instead, you didn't give her the key. And she got 2 children. And she just paid all that money. You took her money and made her go sleep in the car. She was forced to be homeless after paying you. Ooh, you evil.
Happened. But lo and behold, it was some cleaners, a cleaning crew. She was outside the house, I guess, in a car crying. I don't know. But it was a cleaning crew that came because she was going to be moving in the house. A cleaning crew came in the midst of her crying, in the midst of her trying to figure out, like, God, how am I going to have a roof over my head and stay in this house? I don't have anywhere else to go. When she seen the cleaning crew go in the house and unlock the door to clean the house, that's when she was saved by the bell. The universe had came and saved her because this black lady who worked for this housing company or whatever did not want to get her the key for whatever reason, just giving her a hard time, right? Okay, keep that story in mind. Now, yesterday I was at the mall and
So she paid her all that money, put the money down on the new house and everything, and didn't even get the key. That ain't how we operate. See, this is my thing. You gonna have same exchange, same time. When I sign these papers and you get the money and stuff like that, give me the key at the same time. I need the key. I need the key. No. So she had to basically wait until a cleaning crew, well, actually, she randomly seen a cleaning crew going inside the house. And she just barged her way up in there. And, this is my crib. What you mean? I ain't even get the key. That lady was hating on her so much that she took her money and didn't give her the key. And then as soon as I would have got up in there with my kids, it was finna be time to change the locks. Now I got me a key.
Let's go to the mall a lot, right? And I like people, man. So I like to hang out at places where there's a lot of people. And yesterday, I sat down at this table at this restaurant, and I saw him like off in the corner from me. I saw this black dude sitting with this other black dude, and we kind of locked eyes or whatever. Pause. We kind of locked eyes or whatever, and
literally pause.
I was just like, the first thing that came to my mind was like, oh, he must be a special kind of cat. He look different. He don't even look like he from around here, nothing like that. He dressed different, whatever. Boom, that was my first instance. Okay, fast forward, like 30 minutes later, this dude comes up to me and taps me on my shoulder, like, yo, what's up, man? you know what a green at? I'm like, nah, I don't even smoke though. I don't smoke, bro. But you can tell that he was really just trying to connect with me, just to build some rapport, or just to exchange contacts or whatever. Because he probably could sense I was an abnormal dude too. You know what I'm saying? And I always look like I got it going on everywhere I go. I rock Versace stuff like that, whatever. Woo doo. Okay, so we exchanged Instagrams.
Okay.
He was like, yeah, man, I'm an actor, man. I'm from LA. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even from here. And I was like, bro, I figured you was not from here. He was like, why you say that? I was like, because I can just tell you different. Like, I can just tell you different. I was like, I do YouTube vlogs. He was like, that's what's up, man. Bet, man, let's exchange, let's chop it up, man. Let's hang out one day. Boom, we made friends like that quick. You feel me? But I'm saying that all to say this. I'm saying it because, first of all, it's very rare that another black person will come up to another black person and be cordial or compliment.
It is, and it's crazy how this was 3 years ago. But like, honestly, we connect more with people outside of our race than anything. And when we do connect with black folks that is the same race as us, they be cool for a little bit, and then they slowly start exposing that they actually had no good intent anyway. So I mean, it really do be very rare that we find good black people out here like us, honestly, because a lot of them is messed up and corrupted in the minds, and all they care about is money.
Them, or try to exchange numbers and become friends. It's very rare. Okay, that's why I told you that story.
Yeah.
But what is common is shit like what happened to the girl and the two kids is trying to move into a house, and the black lady was hating on her for whatever reason.
Hating on her though.
This young girl was trying to come up, just trying to make a way, just trying to be successful, and this older black woman just had the nerve.
Older black woman. Mind you, he said his friend is 26 years old. It was an older black woman that stole her money and didn't give her the key to a new home that she paid for. Unfortunately, she had to learn her lesson through that. And you gotta learn to know, you gotta know that when you doing some real important things like that, same time exchange. If I'm giving you this money, I need my key. I need my key. Because see, this money is a tool for this roof that I need over my head for me and my children. Welcome, Catfish. Exactly, Demi. You said, yeah, they be mad as fuck at the way things go down too. Yeah, of course, exact older black woman as usual. You know what I'm saying? It's all why I mean, it is diabolical. The amount you would have thought that it'd be the young black females that got a problem and stuff like that. Real talk. You would have thought that it'd be the young black females that got a problem with me. But honestly, it'd be more so black women that is in their 40s or older that always want to battle with me. Always want to go back and forth. They always want to steal from you. They want to keep you oppressed. They just want to see you down bad, pretty much. Always the older black women. Real talk. Because I'm going to be honest with y'all. I had a good encounter with a young black female recently. It was like sometime this year. I don't even remember. But it was one of the best encounters with a younger black woman versus older black women that got a damn problem. I don't know what be wrong with them, honestly. If the shoe fit, wear it, because I know a lot of y'all be sitting behind these phones and these computers and these televisions talking about, who's she talking about? She ain't talking about me. Well, if I'm not, then don't lace it up. Don't lace the shoe up. Don't even wear it. Don't. Even though you know that you want to.
Harder for no reason at all. That's what the problem I'm talking about. We live in a society, man. See, one thing I understand about black people, black folks, most of us come from poverty-stricken environments.
Yeah,
okay,
for sure.
Me personally, I literally came from poverty-stricken environment. Okay, I used to stay in what they call the hood or whatever the hood. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the hood. But see, the reason why black people is always struggling is because
the reason why black people is always struggling is because
I remember growing up as a kid. It was cool to be in the hood and be outside on the block, and be thugging out there when the cars going down and everybody acting hard, like who ride on our street. You know what I'm saying? It was cool to be a thug. It was cool to be a gangster, and the black community glorifies that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't realize how bad the hood was until I got older and I realized that there's so much more to life. I didn't realize how bad it was in the hood, but I grew up, and most black people grow up thinking that it's cool to be a hood nigga, or it's cool to be ghetto. It's cool to stay in the trap.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's going down. Like, it's cool. And so what black people tend to do is they glorify that poverty. You know what I mean? Most black people glorify being from the hood. If you haven't noticed already, they glorify. I'm from the hood. I'm hood. I'm a hood. I'm a real nigga. This and that. Why is you a real nigga? You a real nigga because you able to be more gutter or more gangster or more hard.
Hey, and take it from a Chicagoan, okay? That is all we hear. That is all we see. Yeah, I'm a real nigga. Like, I'm really like that. I'm really from the hood. And it's like, and then they get all this money and they want to stay put in the hood. They don't even want to leave their hoods, but they claim that they are just a product of their own environment. That's what it is. Just a product of my own environment. Shit. See, if I'm done with the gun, gotta pick one up too. So you willing to go to jail? It's the white man. Okay. It's the white man. The white man ain't tell you to go pick that gun up. Yeah, but how can you get no job? Yeah, you can't get a job in your own community with black people that want to keep you down. But is that a reason for you to go pick up a gun? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, anything that they do bad, it's the white man's fault. It ain't theirs. It ain't they homies. It ain't nobody else black, but it's the white man. Bro, why you always in and out of jail? Racist ass police. What you do? I ain't do nothing. That's all they say. I ain't never do nothing. Ain't did nothing. Knowing they did something. Now, I ain't talking about the innocent black people that really don't be doing nothing. I'm talking about the black folks that always be doing something. And they know that there's something comes with consequences. They know that there's something is sin. So they got to pay their debts. They got to pay their dues. When you sin, you have to pay your dues. And it might be prison time or a short amount of jail time for you. Then you end up back in there. Can't blame the white man again, bro. It's the police, man. They racist as hell. They just pulled me over for nothing. They pulled you over for nothing, and they found that you had 3 guns and some weed. And everybody got guns. Everybody smoke weed. Weed legal.
Being nice or being generous or being kind or being loving. You know what I'm saying? And so this is what causes black people to always,
hold on, let me run that back.
Loving, more gutter or more gangster or more
right
hard.
Right. So that black people glorify poverty so much that you have to present yourself as being, I would say, really like that.
And being nice or being generous or being kind or being loving. You know what I'm saying? And so this is what causes black people to always, you know, you know, tear you down as an individual who wants to just rise up and just be great and just be
great,
successful
right?
and just live your best life ever. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Most black people come from that same poverty-stricken mindset.
Yep.
It's almost like
Yeah,
it's almost like
facts. He's speaking facts for sure. That's true. That's true.
slave mentality almost.
I was just great man's thinker like Trey. Great man's think. I was just about to say slave mentality, and he already said it. You said, time out police, bro. I had a gun pointed at them. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? The person asks you what you locked up for. Pointed a gun at the police, but they racist anyway. You just need a damn excuse to make it seem like it's not your fault, it's theirs. But when you get out, you got to let the whole world know that you really like that. Now you back at it again, posting money on social media, guns, all type of stuff. Okay.
It's like light skin versus dark skin.
You fit. Come on, man.
Whiter than me, or you closer to white.
Uh huh.
You know what I mean, you're light skinned.
Uh
So
huh.
I don't like you. I remember growing up, man.
Come on.
Some of my cousins, man,
Mm-hmm.
they used to beat up on me and stuff like that, and make jokes on me and stuff because I was light skinned.
Is bro can really be my brother. Bro can really be my brother. Real talk. This guy's very, very smart. I ain't gonna lie to you. Well, I would just say great minds think alike. I have seen his content before. You know, don't know too much about him, but I do know that, you know, he's an authentic guy from what I see. And he had to experience the same exact thing that I experienced. Why he look like me though? As I'm looking at him and I'm looking at myself, I'm looking like, bro, long lost brother. Nah, I'm just playing. But we really went through the pretty much the same stuff because people really don't understand what it's like growing up in the hood as a light skinned child. You stand out most because all your relatives and, you know, everybody else is dark skinned and you too close to white. So now you get picked on and you get teased for your skin complexion. I really used to get teased for my skin complexion for being too light. I used to be lighter than this, y'all. Trust me, if I show your ass my childhood pictures, you're gonna be like, you sure you wasn't white? But they used to pick on me in school. They used to, and my same thing that happened to him. Cousins and stuff like that used to tease me for being too light. They would try to make you feel like they would try to make you feel insecure about your complexion. You know what I'm saying? Because they would try to point at you and say, "Oh, you ain't black." Yeah. So as a kid, I used to really prove myself to be black. That even though I knew that I was black, I had to prove that I was black. So when they would see my mother come up there, they would be like, "That ain't your mama. How your mama black and you not?" Cause my dad is my complexion. Oh, well, your dad must be white then. No, my dad is actually black. No, your family, they gotta be mixed with. I mean, like, then they would look at my brother and they would say, kinda sorta, y'all look alike a little bit, but why your sister so white? They really used to say stuff like this. So I understand exactly where he coming from. You know, in the black community, we clown each other for any little thing there is. Like, pair of shoes you got on, type of jacket I got on. What's this in the background? Who she thinks she is with that hat? Matter of fact, I see her husband with that hat on all the time. Yup. Damn Skippy, I'm wearing his hat. Let me see. You got any more hats I can wear? Mm-hmm. So she be wearing her husband clothes. I would. I would, with no shame in my game. I mean, why do we clown each other for any? You see a black person walking on the street, you black people clowning them for walking. Black people clowning them for standing at the bus stop, waiting on the bus to get where they gotta go. Look at them. Can't be me. I ain't finna be standing in no bus stop. It's like literally. Firma Telephone, I don't know how to say your name, but welcome to the live. You said, oh wow, people are cruel. They will bully over anything. Ignore these fools. Colorism is a shame. I was going to call it colorism too. I was like, man, I don't want to say it because I don't know if I'm going to be saying it right. But yes, that is colorism. And look, I know that. That's why I said, hey, if the shoe fit, wear it. I know all black people don't act this way, but I'm speaking on the black folks that do act this way, and they know they do. And, that's the thing. Don't call them out because they'll come for you. Because when you call them out, you're waking their demons up. Real talk. So I know that. I know all black people don't act this way because I have like he said, like Trey said, shout out to Trey, very rarely we come across good black people. Very rarely. And I know that the good black people do not act this way. I know that all black people do not act this way. And I'm literally speaking from experience for real right now. You said your skin is perfect, gave your live feed a like. Oh, I appreciate you. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate genuine support. I appreciate when people engage. I appreciate that. Cause I may not be able to see who you actually are, but it does show me that there is people out there that is still authentic. Cause honestly, the times that we living in, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of people is fake. They fake, man. They fake. So I appreciate y'all for coming in here and engaging. I appreciate that. Let's get back to the black shutdown too.
They was dark skinned. I literally can remember it clear as day to this day how I used to get beat up, how I used to get made fun of all the time simply because I was fair skinned. I have light skin.
Yep, they would call us back then, us light skinned black people, they would call us fair skinned. You know what I'm saying? You want to know why? Because they believe that we get treated. We will always get teased because I guarantee you that he would probably say the same thing. They look at us as the people that get treated differently than darker skinned children or family members, which I hate to say it, but yeah, it did used to happen that way for me. Like I really used to get treated differently in a good way. By white people versus my brother or versus my mom, you know what I'm saying? Because I was too close to another ethnicity. And people would tease me because of that.
And I never understood that, you know what I mean? As a kid, I never really understood it. But like I said, looking back on a lot of things now, I understand why that happened. And like I said, most of the mindset of black people, y'all, it comes from like slave mentalities, right?
Yeah.
This shit is passed down genetically through DNA, epigenetics, whether we want to admit it or not. It's through our DNA. The reason why people don't support you, the reason why your family don't support you, the reason why your parents don't support you, your brothers, your sisters don't support you, is because black people have a tendency to not want to see another black person do good.
Yep.
Okay? Why?
I'm here to tell you it would be just like he said, your own brother, your own mother. Let that sink in. Your own father, let that sink in. Don't even get me started. Real talk. So if y'all really want to know what a black people shutdown look like, let me look at my own parents then.
Because
I'm just saying, let me look at my own sibling. Let me look at my own aunts and uncles and let y'all know what a black shutdown really look like. Let me tell you, your own people will sell you out. Let me tell you, your own people will do you in. They will watch you suffer for nothing just because of hate. Majority of my own family don't even like me because of my skin complexion. You wouldn't even believe that. So I do want to let y'all know, it ain't just strangers out here. It ain't just the people. It's my own family. Why am I keeping that out? Why am I trying to butter up, water down that truth? Let's be 100. My own parents, own family despise me because of my skin complexion, because of how different I think from them. They want to keep me trapped into their slave mentality, which is, oh, this is how we was raised. This is how we was brought up. This is how this family operates. So you need to operate the same exact way. No, I'm going my own way because this is my journey. What do you mean? No, that's not how we do things over here. Well, it's how I do things over here. So you can go on about your slave mentality that you have, and I'll go on about with the freedom that I have from within.
I keep saying most, because not all people come from this shit, all right? But most black people come from a poverty-stricken environment to where if anybody has the bag, or if anybody has a brand new car, or if anybody is doing something great with their life, that's the person in the family that everybody is going to the cookout for.
Exactly. You feel me?
That's how it was growing up. I know for me, you know what I'm saying? It's always like, if somebody's doing good as a black person, if you doing good, that's great and all, you know what I'm saying? But we are not going to support that because you are just being better.
I have old friends, black, that is on my YouTube right now. Actual old friends that I chilled with, that I hung out with. We took our kids' places together. We talked on the phone, but just because we are not seeing eye to eye, because see, black people, I'm gonna be honest with you, black people really don't like when you think differently from them. They get offended when you do. They feel like you are trying to harm them. I'm gonna be honest with you. When you think differently from them in a good way, they try to make it seem like you are doing harm to them, or you hating on them, or you're gonna do harm to them. So they get in straight defense mode, and now they got to push you away, and now they got to go spread rumors about you, and now they got to talk about you. So that's when the not seeing eye to eye in my situation, that happens a lot because of the way that I think and the way that I move. I move differently. I think differently. And yes, if you do wrong to me, I will call you out. And a lot of them didn't like that. They didn't like to be called out. So it was just instant. Either I have to cut you off or you got to cut me off. But they're here on my YouTube though. Not in this live stream. I don't know. But I know they got my YouTube information for sure. They watch me. They would never, even when I did give them my YouTube information when we were cool, once upon a time, they was not supporting me. They wasn't supporting me. They wasn't supporting the channel at all. My own family don't have my YouTube information because I didn't give it to them directly. They found out about it through someone else. But all they do is sit back and watch me, because they don't know what's going on with me. I don't talk to them. So they have to figure it out by watching me.
Than us. That's how most black people think.
Oh, what's up, 44? What's up, 44? Welcome to the live. Y'all, I ain't got my glasses on. Yep.
thinks like you think you are better than me. When it's not that you think that you're better than nobody at all.
Right.
You just work hard. You're just productive. You put in the effort. You blood shedding tears. Okay. You make your bag. Okay. You work out. You do the work, and that's what you have done. That's what you have created for yourself. Meanwhile, you're gonna have black people and people in your family. They wanted you to be great. Growing up, everybody wanted you to do good things, and they tell you you was taught to go to college, get a degree. You know what I'm saying? You was taught to make it out the hood, make it out the hood. You know what I'm saying? That was all the talk. That's the talk for black people.
Yep, make it out the hood. That's it. Just make it out the hood. Because, we were oppressed. But when you come from being with a single parent that was actually wealthy, but that couldn't stand your father so much because you look just like him, to the point where they want to oppress their own child, and they would literally, even though they're wealthy, they would live in a hood, in a ran down one 2-bedroom apartment with rats and roaches running around just to watch you suffer as their own child, because they don't want to live nowhere peaceful or beautiful with you in their home. They want roaches to crawl all over you because they can't stand your ass. And make sure they put a block their doorway off to where they can't nothing get in there. Ain't that crazy? Black people shut down. Yep. Yeah, oh yeah, I got a story. I got plenty of stories to tell y'all. If I tell y'all my whole life story, I'm going to be honest with you. You'll probably look at me like, how did you get through all of that? By the grace of God. Growing up as a child, I was hated. I was hated. Just simply because of the complexion of my skin. I was hated because I was the best reader in class. I was hated because, let me be honest with y'all, in first grade, I was reading on the 5th grade level. I was winning every spelling bee there was all the way up until I got to like 7th, 8th grade, and I lost. I scored an A+ on every spelling test, reading, anything pertaining to reading, spelling, and writing, A+ or a B+. All the way through high school, all the way through, senior year. But when it came down to math, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, that was not one of my strongest subjects. But still, I was hated because of that. You said drop some ones in it. Oh yeah, I got y'all, man. I have to make the time to definitely do that. But when I tell my life stories, it's gonna be in members only. The only reason why I have to make that members only is because I am being gang stalked by an organization of people that want me to live up to their sick, evil, wicked stereotypes, so they can use that as leverage to keep me trapped into their wicked, weird system. Okay, so that's why I have to make it a members only. And if they want to pay, that's how you know they have an obsession. But yeah, as a child growing up in the black community, in the hood, around black family members, I was always the one that was I was the problem child, because I wanted to go my own way, because I always thought differently from everybody else. I was just a problem child. Even when I did nothing wrong at school and I was targeted by my own teachers and groups of children, and it got back to my mother when I would defend myself, I was still the problem child through all of that. Nobody helped to defend me. I had to defend myself. Not even my older brother. He saw me getting picked on and everything. You think he tried to defend me? No. He wanted that shit to happen to me. That's why I can't believe I'm even sitting here talking to y'all about this, because look at where I'm at now. You not know I could have crashed out, because it wasn't even just as a little child, as a teenager, targeted too. As a young adult, targeted too. Still, I stand here and I sit here strong as I don't know what through all of that. And guess what? All them people at right now, not in my circle, not in my life. They don't even deserve any pieces of my life. And the best that you're gonna get is watching me on YouTube.
But then all to realize, when you finally actually do make it out the hood, or you do start doing something different with your life, that's when you start to see reality set in of how people really feel about
yes. It. That's what's going on right now. I promise you. It's like, come on now. I believe that I made it because I just came from homelessness, bro. I came from homelessness 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago. Sleeping in the car. Sleeping in these hotel rooms, in and out of hotel rooms, because maybe I might have the money for it one day and then the next day I don't. You know, me and my husband both. Our own people continue to oppress us and keep us down. And they hated him because he was even with me. But guess what we at right now? I just thank God to be able to have a roof over my house, a roof over my head, a home that I can call my home. Still making it, still, pushing and still making it with God's grace, man. Real talk. We still here. And then we got a beautiful child that has both of her parents in her life, that is able to, she's blessed. She is blessed, because there's not many young Black couples that's still together right now. It's a lot of baby mama, baby daddy drama going on. You know what I'm saying? So she's blessed to grow up in a household with both of her parents that really and truly love her. We pray over her every day and night. Blessed, very blessed child. All them people that sat there and put us down all those years and tried to keep us oppressed. And when I say all those people, all of our own black people, y'all. And now they ain't got nothing to say since we been living here. Nobody has gave us a congratulations, even when we ran about them. Hey, just wanted to let you know. A lot of people really don't know though. They don't know. They heard though. They heard through the grapevine. But own parents though. Own parents ain't even happy for us, bro. They know what we dealing with, all of that. They still ain't. Come on, man. It be your own people. They don't want to see progression at all. They do not. You want to know why? Because see, the whole thing in a nutshell is I was supposed to do what I was ordered to do by so-called quote unquote family, who said, like he said, shout out to Trey, get a job, go to school. You know what I'm saying? Go to college, because apparently if you go to college, you'll be somebody. Because what you go to college for will help you be somebody. No, I am somebody. And I had to go through trial and error in order to find out who I really am. I'm able to love myself. Because see, when you are born and raised around black folks, especially evil, hateful black folks, they're going to teach you hate. They're going to put you down in so many different ways that they going to make it to where you don't have no love for yourself, or you don't love yourself, where you can't even look at yourself in the mirror, because they don't. I'm telling you, bro, the black culture, and I'm not saying this for all black people, but I'm talking about the evil ones out there. The black culture is a very hateful culture. Being raised in that was crazy. It was, I felt like I was in a damn horror movie every day in my life. Real talk. You said parents like you are too, like, you two are commendable. Your daughter is rich with love. She is truly blessed. Yes, 44 Paws. Yes, for sure. Definitely, definitely is rich. And I was just crazy. I was just saying that earlier. I'm like, man, she already rich. You know what I'm saying? Especially, she's able to literally pray with us at the age of, she's going to be 2 coming up soon, but she's able to pray with us. She can't like literally pray to God, but she's hearing us. She understands when it's time for prayer. She understands what prayer is. She knows when we're finished. She immediately says, Amen. Come on now. She's already rich. She's already wealthy. Very young. I guess they would call her an infant. You know what I'm saying? An older infant. But she knows already. And that's good. Because a lot of these children in today's time, especially in black households, God is not being taught. The Bible is not being taught. Prayer is not being taught. You want to know what's being taught? Hate. And yeah, they might go to church every now and then on a Sunday, or they may even go to church every Sunday, or they may not go to church at all. But they know about God. But they don't take the time out to pray because they have not been taught that. And that's why a lot of these children run around here full of hate, especially in Chicago, just evil already, 7 and 8 year olds carrying guns and stuff like that. I'm telling you, man.
They don't like the fact that you are doing good.
Yeah.
That's the black set mentality.
Yep.
Okay? That's the black mindset. And that's why black people is always against each other. And that's why black people always tear each other down. It's because we don't know how to band together with somebody that's doing good.
Nope.
Like the dude that walked up to me and just, hey man, what's up, man? You know, what you do? I'm an actor. Okay, what you do? I do YouTube videos. What's up? Let's link. That's not black people. That's not common black people. Common black people is, what do you do? What do you do for a living? What's your status? All the girls, this is how the girls, black girls view black men.
How much money you make?
What kind of car you drive?
Yep. I'm telling.
Do you still need your high school diploma?
This is to all my people, you know, to all my other cultures out there. Hey, look, take it from me. This is a video that y'all should see. Because I still do love my black people. But, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It's in our culture is way too many problems. And the problems that we have is full of, people are full of pride, selfishness, they self-centered, they idolize money, they want to clown you and compete with you about any little thing. They don't want to help you. I mean, that lands with selfishness, but it's like, it's to the point where, I mean, you've been raised around it. You didn't grew up around it. Well, you didn't grew up around it. You still live around it. And the only thing that we can do, us good black people, is literally, now that we know, like I said in my husband's live stream earlier, now that we know where the problem lies and where the problem comes from, it's time for a solution. And the only solution to those problems is for you to strive to be a better person for yourself every day. So if I know that I grew up around evil, hateful black folks, If I know that I live in a community where there's selfish, evil black folks, then my only solution to that is to strive to be better, a better black woman every single day, so that I won't have to. I don't want to be a part of that group. I don't want to be that. I go my own way. I am myself. I know who I am. Because if I go that way, I'm not going to know who I am. You know what I'm saying? He's speaking straight facts. And we're going to do about 4 more minutes of this video, and then we're going to move on to the next video. I've been doing a lot of pausing, y'all, so let me just keep it going.
How much money you make? That's how black people stereotype each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if he doesn't amount up to what she needs, when she don't even have it. If he don't amount up to what she needs, she automatically look at him as a bum, or she talks down on him, or she belittles him, and she just won't give him her number or something like that.
Right.
Why? Once again, it's because of the black mindset.
Yep.
Okay, poverty-stricken mindset. Black people have a problem with money. Okay? Black people have a really bad problem with the notion of retrieving and having money. Why? Because first of all, most black people never really had a lot of money.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yes, facts, 100% facts. And that is why they idolize money so much. If you ever wonder why black people just keep this slave mentality, it's because they adore it. At this point, you know, they never had it like that. So now that they have the opportunity to, okay, for instance, I kind of grew up kind of sort of with a slave mentality, right? I just gotta say this real quick. I could not wait until I got old enough to get me a job so that I can work. And until I start working, and I realized at a very young age that this is not for me. Just like school wasn't. School wasn't really for me. You know, even though I went to medical school, even though I completed some college courses, it just still wasn't for me. I just didn't, it felt like slavery. Working felt like slavery. Even though I know that I needed the money to use it as a tool to be able to pay my bills and pay my rent, I just didn't care. And it wasn't because I was lazy. People always assume that you lazy because you don't want to do that, because you don't want to. I was not about to force myself to do something that I know that I don't have to do. People try to say, oh yeah, you do have to because you got bills. Okay, I know that I have bills, but guess what? There's an option. I can work or I don't have to work. Well, how your bills gonna get paid? I'll figure it out. And no, I'm not gonna sell myself, because to be honest, you really selling yourself too if you working for a company. Let me finish.
The typical black person did not come from a family that is high income.
Exactly.
Or, you know, the high class or.
Well, I can be honest, like a lot of my family members, specifically on my mother's side, is wealthy black folks. I can honestly say that. My mom was middle class, and she never portrayed that image. I got a story for y'all.
Most black families never really have nobody in the family that's rich. You know what I mean? Most black families never have nobody in the family that's a celebrity. Somebody that can like provide for his family and him and his sister and your aunt and your cousin. Like most black people do not know what that feels like. Okay? And that is why when you know, when it comes down to making friends or dating another black person, that's why that is always something that has to be on the forefront for people to actually link up and be together, is if you make money, because we've never had it. You know, we've never had money. You know what I'm saying? Brother, we've never had money. You know what I'm saying? So that's why most black people really are broke. Okay? Most black people are broke and they struggle and they have a problem with money because it all derives from poverty. And so you all know how to manifest. Okay, if you're watching my channel, then I'm pretty sure you know how to manifest. Most black people do not know how to manifest money. All right? Because in order to attract money and to have more money, you already know what you got to do. First, you got to feel like it. Okay? First, you got to feel like money in order to attract money. And then you got to live without thinking that you have to fight and toil and ask.
Okay, we gonna stop right there because I don't want to feel like money. That's not what I want to do. I mean, I know his views is a little bit of different and a little bit, he said he likes designer. He said that he likes, obviously you could tell he like money too. But I can say, he is authentic in certain areas because it's experience. Experience is the best teacher. So we gonna move on to the next video. Why black people hate on each other? Okay, nah. Okay, here's another one. And this one, this is about a small YouTuber named Organic the Blade Runner. I just came across this video. It says why I don't deal with black people in the workplace. I guess he's giving his take on why he don't like to deal with black folks.
I'm sure I'm not the only black person who feels this way, male or female, working around black people in the workplace. I hate it. Niggas can't show up to work on time. Niggas can't comprehend. Niggas can't pay attention. Niggas gossip. I'm the type of person that I do my hours, I do my work, then I go home. I don't stand around and create conversations with people. I mean, I talk, I interact with people, but overall, it's not gossip. I have one coworker of mine that I talk to all the time, even out of work. Now, well, not out of work all the time, but at work when we see each other.
So I'm gonna still be playing this, y'all, but I'm gonna, turn the camera off for a few seconds because I need some light in here.
We chop it up. We speak. We talk about the employees. We roast. We cook. We talk about women. We eat lunch. But just one person. But when you're a black person and you don't really interact with black people, the black people at the workplace begin to suspect you're cool. You don't like black people.
Yep. He's speaking straight facts. I'm telling y'all, damn near every workplace I've been employed at, this is what I've had to do. When I like to stay to myself. I'm coming here because I need to use this money as a tool to be able to pay my bills and keep gas in my car and stuff like that. I'm not coming here to congregate with y'all. Hey, how you doing? All right. They would literally be all in my face. When I used to work at Little Caesars Pizza, they used to be all in my face, bothering me. And I'm like, oh my God, please just leave me alone. I don't want to talk. I don't want to communicate with y'all. I communicate about the work. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not a negative person. It's not that I think I'm all that. It's not that I, better than you or, I don't like my own black people. And it's just that black people don't know boundaries. I'm going to be honest with you. They do not know boundaries. And I'm not talking about all black people. I ain't about to keep saying that to y'all. Y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. Black people don't know boundaries, man. And they don't know how to stay away and mind their business. It's like they got to get so deep into you. They got to get to know you. They got to figure out your life. They need to know where you live at. Where you from? Man, I ain't come here to socialize with y'all like that. I came here to work. That's it. You know what I'm saying? They want to exchange numbers, all of that. I don't want, no, I'm good. Out of all, out of all of the workplaces that I have been at, I can honestly say that it was two of them out my whole life where I ended up gaining one friend. Real talk. And that one friend that I would gain would think like I would think. They would move the way that I would move. They was just like me. They just wanted some peace, man. And it's like when you working with black people, you can't really get no peace, bro. They always want to gossip. They always want to spark up something. It's just some negativity.
You think you're better than black people. You think you're above black people. They try to come up with ways to find out where you come from. Where you're from.
Exactly, man.
What is your political beliefs? Your political background?
Right.
Is Trump a racist to you? Is Candace Owens a coon to you? I don't talk about that at work. I don't have discussions like that at work. If I do have a discussion like that at work, it will be with one person, and that's one person only, and that's a brother that I talk to at work. That's it. And even then, it's very, very short. See, I'm on a time schedule. My personal life isn't so bad that I need to live at work. I need to gossip at work. I need to hang out after work is over. I need to gossip with other employees. That's not me. I do it moving. I'm on a time schedule. But black people at the workplace will see that and say, well, he think he's better than us because they only think one way. They only have one thought process, and that's that nigga thought process. We all have to think alike. Group think. We all gossiping while you not gossiping. You think you better than us because you ain't gossiping? Well, technically, yeah, I do think I'm better than you. Because I don't behave like you.
Sorry, y'all. I'm looking at this message or whatever. At the same time, I'm listening to this guy. You know, I just see something positive. That's all.
One thing black men have to learn that I've noticed is discipline. Black men don't have discipline. You have to have discipline. Discipline is key. Your tone is key. A lot of black people talk very, very loud. Your tone is key. Discipline is key. Respect. Privacy is key. You have women who wear tight skirts, tight pants, leggings.
Right.
And they have a nice, juicy ass. A nice, fat, juicy ass.
Hey. Hey. I ain't want to hear it, but I just, look. He just being 100. Because, like, and you know what? And I got to check his channel out, man. I ain't going to lie to you. But he just being 100. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how they present themselves, okay? They come into the workplace with these tight jeans, tight pants on. Mind you, when I used to go to work, I've always been a type of female that I hated. I really and truly hated to be looked at in a sexual way. And people would be looking like, girl, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? I wish I had a butt like that. I'm not about to show it. I'm gonna keep my big ass pants on. Thank me later, okay? Real talk. I can't show that my body shape. I can't because people so weird. You know, I will give y'all that life story at another time, but I'm telling y'all, I got so many different stories to tell y'all. I have experienced sexual harassment on the job before by a supervisor. Well, I would say that he was the supervisor on my shift, and he was black. And I reported his ass. Yes, I did. Because see, I wasn't dressing revealing or anything like that, but I used to wear fitted clothes, you know. And then I had I guess I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm more superior than other black people, but I can honestly say I was nothing like the other black people, okay? I was a lot more different in a good way. And so I guess that was turning him on. You know what I'm saying? And he was being weird as hell. You know, he was popping up in my car. Like on lunch break, I would go to my car to get away from everybody. I've always been the type of person. I never like big crowds. Never. I don't like big crowds. I don't like being around a lot of people. I am very off to myself. I feel like people are weird. Real talk. I don't like to sit around people, eat around people. Honestly, I don't. Unless I'm going out with my family. Then with my husband and my daughter, then yeah, I'll, sit down and eat at a restaurant. But we one thing about us though, we don't like big crowds together. Real talk. We are both weirded out by people. Period. I'm just saying. But let me get back to my little situation. Yeah, so one time I'm getting in the car for lunch. I said, man, I'm about to listen to the radio. Woo! I'm gonna relax, listen to the radio, and eat my lunch. Bruh, all of a sudden, my alarm started going off in my car. As soon as I lean the seat back, chilling. Beep, beep, you know what I'm saying? I lean up, I'm looking around. Why the hell this weirdo opened up my car door and sat in my passenger seat and looked at me and said, just give me your number. I said, you know what I'm saying? I can't even, look. I want to use that story for my members only section. Because I people weird. Black people, I'm telling you, man, black people is very, I'm starting to see how a lot of black folks is weird. They're weird. And they try to talk about other cultures and other races and, oh, look at that white man over there jogging with no shirt on and it's freezing cold. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look at that white person over there. Oh, look at them Mexicans over there getting out the car together, finna go eat tacos. They would literally, I'm telling y'all, black folks would literally clown Mexicans and try to say, oh, look at all those Mexicans getting out the car together. They always squeezing together and they get out the car together. Look at them finna go inside of that house together, that little old apartment. Look at them about to go inside that taco joint and eat together. Okay. Look at all them Chinese folks getting out the van about to go inside the Chinese restaurant and work. And at least they are united. But look at us. Look at us. Look at us black folks. We can't even get along. We can't even give each other a piece of tissue. We want to see each other suffer. But damn, I just really got off of... Okay, so yeah, basically, yeah, I reported his ass, okay? He was so sick. And he was so obsessed with me that even when I requested for him to stay away from me, he still found his way around me. Even when I quit. This is the weirdest, creepiest part about this guy. When I quit that job, I was sitting at a light in a whole nother area of Chicago. I'm sitting at the light, listening to my music. And all of a sudden, I hear a ninja talking about, hey, that's Danny. Why I look up and it's this weirdo standing in front of the store talking to his friends, I guess. When I tell you I took flight and sped off, soon as that light turned green, and people is weird, bro. Black people so weird. They so weird that they would literally be driving in the car and you would be walking and they would stop driving to watch you walk. They so weird that they'll do U-turn. Don't get me started. You said, oh, I dress down, cover up. It's so uncomfortable to get unwanted. Oh, yeah. No. I kind of figured 44 Paws was a woman. I kind of figured. You said, man, people sexually stare at my wife worse than me. Yes, they're weird. When I'm telling you, this is how weird black people are. They will literally undress you with their eyes. It's to the point where I have to, every time I go outside, I wear some big clothes. Because I feel like these motherfuckers got x-ray vision. They're weird and creepy, and they just watch you, and they watch what you have on. Even the women. And they undress you with their eyes. I'm telling you. I've never in my life had to cover my body this much until I had to be around weird, creepy black people. But it seemed like I get comfortable to dress comfortably without feeling like I'm being, I don't even know how to explain it. When I go into other neighborhoods where there's other cultures, I feel more comfortable dressing with some, skinny jeans on or some, tight jogging pants or whatever, because I know for a fact that they ain't finna be undressing me like that. You might have a few creeps here and there, but shit, I ain't gotta worry about, being nobody undressing me with their eyes and stuff in these other communities. Real talk, man. It's like the black community so sick and weird. I'm not gonna lie to you. Exactly. We can't even be strangers. For real. Stage 10 stalker, you feel me? 44 balls. Dude was so weird. I'm telling you, I told this story to many people. Just ain't get a chance to tell it to my oldest daughter yet. Cause soon in the next, she's already been telling me how she been experiencing creeps. Ain't that crazy? Already. She know a creep when she see one. Ain't that man? My oldest daughter would come and tell me, Mom, dude is creepy. And I love how she dresses. She does not dress like your typical teen, you know what I'm saying, that want to wear revealing clothes. She really dressed like she's supposed to dress. Like a young lady. You said dudes be so thirsty, they be saying, oh, thought that was your brother. Man, you just want her. Exactly. Do you not know how many guys have told me that they thought my husband was my brother, or they just ain't know who he was? How? We act like we're a loving couple. What do you mean? You couldn't have thought that. We call each other baby in public. Now, we might not hold hands because we got to stay on point in this evil, wicked ass city that we live in. But, yeah. We act like we're together. So I'm just trying to see how you thought that was my brother. How?
As men, we're supposed to see it and keep it moving. We're supposed to.
He said they have a... Y'all, this guy said they have a fat, juicy ass with those leggings that they be. He blatantly said it. And see, I don't know if he a creep or not, but I appreciate him for keeping it real, because I mean, how is he wrong? How is he wrong if you're presenting yourself like a whore? You present yourself like a whore, you act like a whore. So, dude just called y'all out. You got a fat, juicy ass, okay?
Okay? Seeing, okay, we acknowledge something that looks decent.
Right.
A lot of black men at the workplace can't keep it business.
Right.
Professional.
Right.
They always have to try to sleep with a female at the job. It's like, listen, dude, why you just can't keep it professional?
You not know how many times I have, this is exactly why I stay quiet around people. And they wonder why I be so quiet, because my whole entire life, pretty much, I've had to deal with creeps just because of my authenticity. They don't appreciate authenticity. It's so much, it's like they appreciate it, but in a sexual way. They go in the other direction because they looking at you in a sexual way. I'm telling y'all, I literally have poured my heart out to this one dude that I thought was my friend. Poured my heart out to him. I used to always hear this saying, especially in the black community. I'm not sure if any of y'all people heard, but a shoulder to crown is a DICK to ride on. So I guess he thought it was one of those. You know what I'm saying? I'm pouring my heart out to him, just telling him about what I'm going through and stuff like that, crying to him. And all he can say is, man, that's crazy. But damn, you looking real good with them jogging pants on, friend. At that point, I said, you know what? I'm about to go. I'm about to go. I can't do it. I can't do it. Literally crying, tears streaming down my face is turning red. Okay, because when I cry, and then when I get hot, I'm not sure if y'all can see that, but my face start blushing and stuff, but because I'm hot as hell. But when I be crying, my face turns red, my eyes turn red. I'm literally crying to this dude. I don't really cry to people, you know what I'm saying? I do that shit in private. But when I finally opened up to him, he said, that's crazy, man. Damn, friend, you looking real good with them jogging pants on. I said, what the fuck, man? I can't even get away from this. It don't matter. And then when you try to, not even just that, but even when you try to talk to someone on that level where they gonna understand you. Yeah, I came across those type of people. Even females will sexualize me as well. I don't roll that way, and they claim they don't either, but they'll show you that they don't mind. Girl, I wish. And then they give you like these little weird compliments. You know what I'm saying? Females, black women, they undress you with their eyes when you talking to them. You talking some real shit. You really trying to talk to them because that they understand you. You could tell that they understand you. You would think that these people is authentic because they present themselves to be authentic just so they can get a piece of you. Just so they can end up in the bed with you. They try to act as real as possible, but whole time they end up bringing out the sexual side of them. Why is it that we live in a world where everything is so sexual and sexualized? It's the sexual thing is just what gets me. It's like I literally have to hide away from talking to people because I don't want nobody to sexualize me because I'm trying to be 100 and be real about what's going on in this world. Soon as you tell them, show them how smart you is, it's like, ooh, shit, damn, she's smart. Even though they know you got a husband, even though they know you don't roll that way, it's like they still come on to you. Now, I do appreciate those women out there that dress, no offense, that dress like men, that like women, but you can be real with them and they won't even look at you in no sexual way. I do appreciate those type of women. You know what I'm saying? Because even though I don't run that way and do that agenda, deal with that agenda, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I still got respect for them because they don't come at me in that type of way. They'll literally sit down and talk to you and they won't come on to you or nothing. Well, me. from my experience. I've had more females that like men come on to me than women that actually like women. That's sick. And they try to really sit here and they say, oh, I like me. I need me a man. As soon as you start talking to them, now they coming on to you. Now they looking at you like, girl, I wish I had your body because, girl, you know, oh. And then, like, don't let you try something on in front of them. They gonna be like, girl, turn around. Let me see that. What? You know, I used to have friends that was straight friends. We would go out together. And please, don't let it be any type of music. If they see me dancing, they ready to smack that booty. Girl, let me smack that little booty. Nah. Get your ass back. You say your daughter has great intuition. She's smart. Just confirms you taught her to be. Yeah, for sure. Every time when I talk to her, my oldest daughter, when I talk to her, she says stuff like, and I try to educate her. She do not get mad. You know how some of those kids, they get irritated. You know, teens, they get irritated when they hear their parents talking. She don't even really do that. She's just like, I'll tell her, I'm like, nah, never mind. I'm not even gonna go there with you because I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't wanna frustrate you or anything like that. She's like, Mom, please, no, I love hearing your stories. I love when you tell me, things because it actually helps me. I really love taking your advice. This is what my team is telling me. And being that she like when I give her advice and then when I talk to her, that's amazing. That's amazing. A lot of teens, they don't like to hear their parents talking. They don't. Because they just want to do their own thing. Real talk. You said such a violation and betrayal of trust. Them people sick. Exactly, 44. And this is exactly why I'm telling you. I stay to myself and my best friend. My best friend is the Most High God. My best friend is my husband. Those are my only two best friends, I promise you. Or friends, period. I don't have any friends, bro. I'm telling you. And I'm not saying this to gain any empathy or sympathy or whatever the hell you want to call it. But I literally don't have friends. Why? Because I would prefer that. I don't want to have any friends until I know for a fact I have a real, true, genuine friend. Like a real, true, genuine friendship. Someone that's not going to come on to me. Someone that's actually going to appreciate authenticity and show me theirs in the same breath. Someone these type of friends, and I don't care what race you are. I don't discriminate. Seriously. It's crazy because it's like, man, I can't even have female friends, because they think like men. They act like men nowadays. They just sick. You said, oh, what's up, free mind? You said, do you know some black people to save other black people? Do you know some black people to save other black people and they are tired? Just focus on your life. Most civilians tired of the goofy Ray Ray and Pookie behavior. Yeah, facts. It's like, I don't know, man. I'm trying to understand. Maybe I read it wrong, free mind. I'm not sure if you're trying to say, do you know some black people want to save other black people and they are just tired? I don't know, man. But yeah, I think I get what you're saying. I think I do. But you could just let me know what you're really trying to say in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to assume. But yeah, I mean, me personally, I am tired of the Pookies and the Ray Rays and the Starquishas and the Keishas. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of it. Because I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm born and raised in the black family and the hood and all that. Yeah, but I don't act like that. And I don't want to be that. I've had my share of being Keisha's. You know what I'm saying? Or ebony or whatever the hell you want to call. I've been that way as a teen or in my early 20s, but that ship has sailed because, like I said, you know, trial and error.
Why every time I hear your voice, you talking about how big her ass is?
Exactly, bro. Why?
Black women sleeping with men at the job.
Exactly.
Sleeping with the boss.
Yep. Sleeping with the boss, though.
Gossiping.
Yep.
Black women love to hang at the job and gossip, don't they? Black men gossip, but black women will stay after work to gossip. Messy, loud, obnoxious, rude, fake. Will eat your food out the refrigerator. You know how you have an employee refrigerator, right?
Right.
And you'll have food in there.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. I used to go to my mom's job all the time, and I used to watch them eat. She would cook some good food at home and bring it to work, and they would secretly eat her food. She would put it in the employee's refrigerator, which was actually in her office. She had the employee refrigerator in her office, so everybody would come and bring their food in. They have ate her food so many different times and blamed it on somebody else. Oh, girl, I don't know who ate your food. Girl. And she said, I don't have no money to buy no food. So now I gotta eat air. Man, this is exactly why what I used to do on my lunch break, I've learned at such a young age, though. I have been, learning about the workplace at such a very young age because I used to always go to my mom's job. I used to go to her job as a little kid all the way up until I got to my 20s. So I used to see how she was being treated in the job. I used to see how they used to eat up her food, all types of stuff. So my thing is, I started to learn when I got my job to keep my food in my car. Keeping my food in my car, man. I know, not the best idea, but hell, I ain't get sick. Because I refuse for anybody to touch my food. Because at that time, unfortunately, if you had to touch my food, it wasn't going to look good for everybody. Especially if I took my time making that food and my mouth been watering for it all day and I go in the fridge, I'd be damned if my food is gone. Oh, this whole workplace gonna get it. Everybody food going in the trash now. Oh, you said most females be high on that toxic feminism, demasculating, hope promoting woke energy. In my opinion, it's crazy. Yes, for sure.
You leave it there overnight. You come back the next day and your apple juice is drunk up. Your orange juice was drunk up. Somebody took your yogurt. It's one thing after another. Doing your work, doing it right. Black people aren't good employees. It's not because you're black, because you have bad employment numbers. Your unemployment numbers are sky high, right?
So what's up, gorgeous?
Say,
welcome.
It's because of their skin color. Not necessarily. A lot of you are horrible employees. You're horrible people, but you're horrible employees. A lot of you, just horrible. You could tell you were not taught anything at home because you bring your dysfunctional ways to work. We can tell. Your work isn't done. You don't want to hold yourself accountable. You You always talking about your rights. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that. The Second Amendment, the Third Amendment, the Fourth Amendment.
For real.
Then you can barely show up to work on time.
Okay, so we just gonna stop that one right there because we gotta go to the next video. That was Organic the Blade Runner. He's a small YouTuber. But you know, this video that he did is actually funny, but it's true at the same time. It's titled Why I Don't Deal with Black People in the Workplace. So y'all can check that out on his channel if you want to. We're gonna go to someone that I follow. Shout out to him. His name is, well, I call him Brother JT. I've been following him for some time. And I found him because there was a video that he did a long time ago that got a lot of views. That was in my algorithm a while ago. About you know, Stephen Darby. He was a follower of Destin Ministries, what Stephen Darby would preach at or whatever. So shout out to this guy. He really speak the truth. He's another real authentic guy, very true to what he says, if I'm saying that right, y'all. But the name of this video is titled Now You Can't Sell Your Food Stamps. Man, these YouTubers, some of these YouTubers that I've found or that I follow are real. Like, they really speak real truth. So
y'all remember the video I did a while back when I was talking about this lady? I forgot where she was located. But this particular lady got busted because she didn't get her food stamps this particular time, right? And I think she was getting like, maybe close to 1,800 worth, right? See, y'all know I'm going to say what people are scared to say. Y'all already know that. And I'm not trying to down nobody with this video, but the truth hurts.
Truth do hurt.
Because this woman got busted. But the dumbest thing she did, y'all remember this, I don't know if it was in North Carolina, correct me for those who remember this, when this happened. Even back then. So she went down to the office to raise hell. But they already had been tracking her. Tracking the amount she get, how fast it leaves. You know, they keep up with everything.
Oh wow.
And when she went down there to the food stamp place, she really messed up. And then they found out she had been selling the stamps. Now, I'm going somewhere with this video. You can get mad at me all you want. And I'm talking about the people that's really been getting away with it for a long time. But then you got people out here that really, really need help. But how many people have been getting money, cash money, off of the food stamps? Y'all, come on, don't sit there and act like this stuff ain't been going on for years.
It's been going on, though.
And don't think the government don't know.
Oh, they know.
People been selling food
Oh, they
stamps.
know, because I think, this is just what I think. I could be wrong. I think that the government knows that because they do approve some of these stores, okay, to take people's food stamps for in exchange for cash money. Because some of these stores, not necessarily off the streets, but some of these stores will take your food stamps in exchange for cash money.
No. Could that be another reason why they shutting it down? Because they looking at some of these black communities, they like, we know they've been selling them. Y'all know
I didn't think it. See, he think outside the box, man. I didn't think of that. He said that, I'm not sure if y'all heard him. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear him. Because if not, I'll repeat what he said, but I'm still going to repeat what he said. Because basically what he's saying is he thinks that he believes that the government possibly could have shut down because in the black community, a lot of these black folks is selling their food. Look, I know a spot in a hood right off the expressway store that will have you line up acting like you're buying something. Whole time they inputting a big number into the system, into the register, tell you to slide your card. They take all of your food stamps off of your card and hand you the cash money. Lowballing the hell out the black community anyway, just to let you know. They're lowballing your ass. But yeah, I've heard of this store that does that. Yep. You said I hear him, but not clear. Oh, okay. So it's like y'all can hear him. Let me try to scoot this over some. Okay. Hopefully you can still hear him clear enough. But yeah, so basically he's saying that he believes that it's a possibility that the government could have shut down because a lot of black folks sell their stamps and they're watching to see who's selling their stamps. More than likely, so they can penalize your ass or not give you anything else.
You get that phone call, say, I got the stamps. How many you want? I give you 100 for 50. You want 300? Just give me 100. I go ahead this time, I'll give you 300. I know what I'm talking about. See,
I had this one friend, y'all. She would literally sell her stamps to get some weave in her hair. Mind you, she had long, natural hair. Her hair was naturally long. It was past her shoulders. But she was so insecure about not having no edges or whatever that she would put weave in her hair. And she would go as far as to selling her stamps so that she can get weave in her hair. And she was putting other human hair in her head. You said I can say that's why folks don't have the benefits now. Man.
Today, the food stamps, they had that money, that little play-looking money. Kind of remind you of Monopoly money. Now it's on the card. See, I keep telling y'all, when they go digital with everything, best believe they're going to really keep track with everything. But it's a lot of people mad that the stamps ain't coming in. But look at how many people have been selling stamps. I know you got to get your hustle on. I'm not knocking your hustle. But my point is, look at how many people been getting away.
Now I know that some people, they do it because they feel like, damn, I need to pay my phone bill, or how I'm going to be able to pay my phone bill, or, how can I pay my light bill? A lot of, and people were doing that because they couldn't get a job. So some people would wait till their stamps come on and they would sell their stamps. And then you got those group of black people that's just greedy and they need to sell their stamps so they can get a new pair of pants, or, and they got to be designer, or they can get, a rental. Black folks would do the dumbest, stupidest thing that you can think of when it comes down to them selling their stamps. I'm telling you, this one female that I knew, not only would she sell her stamps to go get some hair in her already long, luxurious hair, but she would literally go sell her stamps so she can get a drink. She would go sell her stamps so she can go out clubbing and be looking seriously stupid when she gets home and realize, damn, I ain't got no food in the fridge. You sold the stamps so you can go party. One night of partying, an hour or two of partying, you sold your stamps for 1 to 2 hours worth of partying. And then when you got home, you realize your fridge and your cabinets is still empty. Now you ain't, I ain't got no stamps. Where'd they go? You sold them. Now you mad at the world. Now you mad at everybody. Oh, don't nobody want to help me. I mean, you had the help. You had that the EBT food stamp card that you could have used as a tool to fill up and stock your fridge and your cabinets. But you decided to take all of that off of your EBT card, sell it so you can go have fun and party and get lit and get some hair in your head and go get a new outfit or two. You said I used to sell motherfuckers sell their stamps and buy rest. I'm telling you, black people have done some of the most outrageous things with their food stamps when they sell them for cash money. They go buy rest. Yes, and that's another thing. I knew one guy that I was cool with. He was selling his stamps to go eat McDonald's. McDonald's though. Just weird. And just do some of the most stupidest things and then turn around and they looking out googly eyed. Nobody want to help me. But they say that don't nobody want to help them. But they have a call log full of people that they call up every time that's willing to give them like $50 here and there, $20, $15, 10. They willing to help. These same people that do dumb stuff, they actually have great support. Seriously.
With selling stamps, now you can't sell them. Now you got to really break down and figure out how you gonna eat. I'm talking about the ones that's guilty and complaining all the time. Man, the government did. Black folks, come on, let's keep it real. We've been knowing how to survive. We've been knowing how to come out with something. We come out with a way how to go around.
Yeah.
Especially in the hood. I'm not doing this video to hate on nobody no kind of way.
Right.
It just came to my mind about that woman that got busted. And this woman was getting well over enough stamps. But you got to realize there's been people out here who have got all these kids, these women that got all these kids that have been selling stamps, abusing the help, and making money on the side, and now they can't make no money on the side. And that's the real reason why a lot of them, man, they messing with my side hustle.
Yep.
And I keep telling y'all, the more...
Oh, hubby, I can only imagine those ninjas that be standing in front of that store. That is the store owner, he has these minions. He sends his minions outside, the little, these minions that you will see, they look like real hoodlums, okay? They look like Pookies and Ray Rays with ski mask on. But they be outside making a killing off of people selling their food stamps. And then they go back inside of the store and they hand the money to the store owner and he counts it up and he'll give them their cut. And they do this every day. I can only imagine how they feel right now, being that people ain't getting their food stamps and stuff like that. They probably are out of business. They probably are in jail. Yeah. I guarantee you the police probably cracked down on them because the police was always sitting out there. Yeah.
The government give you, the more the government will control you. Man, I used to see people getting stamps that didn't even need stamps.
Yep.
They were just poor stewards. That's my whole point when I be talking about these women that's been taking child support money and getting their hair. See, they changed them out.
Brother JT, man, you gotta do a video on child support. Matter of fact, I think he probably did. This guy has been on YouTube for 18 years, I believe. 18 years he been on YouTube. I guarantee you he probably did a video on child support. He said these females, hold on, let me bag up. Uh-oh, let me see. He said these females, they put a ninja on child support and they take that child support money so they can go and get their hair and their nails done. Yes.
The more the government will control you. Man, I used to see people getting stamps that didn't even need stamps. They were just poor stewards. That's my whole point when I be talking about these women that's been taking child support money and getting their hair. See, they changed up all this stuff. We talked about that. Remember when they start talking about the child support and how you ain't gonna be able to buy certain things with the child support? Because a lot of women was taking the money, they wasn't doing a damn thing for the child, but they was looking good and keeping themselves uptight and buying this and buying that and throwing.
I feel like this is what I think they should do with child support real quick. I think that they should start giving these females that's so quick to put the baby daddy on child support, give them a debit card with maybe, I don't know, however much they get in child support. Make sure that they can only get the things that they need for their child and their child only. And that consists of underwear, clothing, pull-ups, Pampers, wipes, vegetables for the kids, anything pertaining to the child, because it's child support. It's not for the parents. Man, I'm telling you, if y'all would do that child support system and make them present those receipts in the courts so you can see where the money is going. Another thing is too, I feel like if not that, I feel like they should give them vouchers. You know what I'm saying? Because they do have like check vouchers and stuff available. I know organizations that have like check vouchers where you can only spend them at certain stores like Ross, Walmart, stuff like that, and they have to spend that exact amount. They can do that. They have to spend that exact amount, and on the receipt it has to show that they bought clothing or Pampers or whatever for the child. It's crazy because black people will find a way around that too. They will literally buy the clothes from the check voucher and sell the clothes to somebody else so they can get some money. I'm telling you, black people have this obvious obsession with money. They are obsessed with money. In the Bible, y'all, it says, for the love of money is the root of all evil. They will go above and beyond to get some money.
Because a lot of women was taking the money, they wasn't doing a damn thing for the child, but they was looking good and keeping themselves uptight and buying this and buying that and throwing it up in the man's face. But now, everything is taking a turn. If my daddy, baby brother was alive and they was playing dominoes, when the table was turned on the domino table, my daddy would say, uh-oh, Sammy, the worm done turned. The worm done turned, and it's turning now.
Mm-hmm.
Things that a lot of people been getting away with, they are shutting it down.
That's true. That's true.
I want to just give you that to think about.
That's true.
I hear all this complaining, and most of the people I know that's complaining, I ain't talking about the people that really need help. I'm talking about, and don't get me started talking about the churches again that ain't never been helping nobody.
Right,
but
exactly.
I'm talking about the ones that's man, I know women that get pregnant on purpose just to get government. Says, girl, I ain't gotta work. Girl, I'm on Section 8. Girl, please. Girl, but what you gonna do when that child get grown? Or what if they cut off Section 8? I'm not trying to talk bad about you ladies. I'm talking about the women that brag about it and keep getting pregnant and think it's funny in the game. And they throw it up in other women's face and they bragging about it. Girl, all I gotta do is just go to the government. But you see the government is snatching away quite a bit of things now.
Mm-hmm.
And the one you've been depending on is showing you they ain't really never cared about you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a game.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. Shalom.
Right on, brother. Look, I was trying to get through the video, and so that is exactly why I had to keep my mouth shut towards the end. But everything that he said is 100% truth. I did not think of these things like that. What's going on with the government and stuff like that. I didn't think that, shoot, at the end of the day, government shut down because what he say, the worm is turning. The tables have turned. All them people that was getting government assistance, that was getting away with stuff, now you can't. Now you can't. You said, just wanted to remind everyone, if you are stable, the Cash App is open. Also the Super Chat as well. If you guys, anything helps. Yeah, facts. So anybody that's thinking about donating, if you still thinking about it or whatever the case may be, the Cash App is pinned below next to the topic, and also the Super Chat is available. Like I said, the subscribe button is free. You know, if you would like to become a member, I think the rate starts at $2.99 a month. Yeah, $2.99 a month. You know, because I'm gonna start putting my life stories over there. But if you want to wait until you start seeing my stories appear up there, then you can. It's perfectly fine. Hey, I don't discriminate when it comes to support. If you want to support, you being here and genuinely engaging in the live stream is more than enough support as well. So just wanted to let y'all know that he has. So we're gonna go to the part 2 because he made a part 2 of that, and he made that 18 hours ago.
Okay, let me find a tutorial for you. Do you have a pipe wrench?
The ads, and then the ads move slow on purpose. Man.
How so many people get so offended when you tell the truth. Like I was talking about in the food stamp video, people be so swift to speak,
Yeah,
but not slow to hear. As the scripture say, be swift to hear.
Swift to hear.
That's why I said in that video, like I said in other videos, if it's not you doing it, what you offended for? The video don't apply to you if it's not you.
That's what I be saying when I make these videos about people in general or black people. You know, if you know that you don't fit none of these narratives, then why are you trying to say something to defend yourself? I mean, it's like, that's how you know when I speak, or any other content creator that speaks truth. When we speak truth, it seems like it go in one ear and straight out the other, and all you think about is, oh, who they talking about? They talking about me? I mean, if the shoe fit, if the narrative do too, then yeah, I'm talking about you.
That's why I say, that's why I'm going to do this part 2. When I said the women that do this, the ones that complain, that know that they have more than enough help, that they sell those food stamps, been making money off of the government, but then mad at the government for not letting them do it right now. It's getting the SNAP benefits. I said it's struggling people in all races. People hear what they want to hear. And that's
Right.
why I made the statement again. If churches would be doing what church is supposed to do, you would never need the government anyway in that sense. You would be like the early church. But to those of you who always get offended at a title, when you hear certain things and you don't clearly listen, first of all, you don't know me or what I do or who I help. So let's throw it out there off top. And I want to respond back this way out of love to you people that get offended. Well, my mama this, or my uncle this, or my auntie this, or I've been on this, I've been on that. If you're not the one selling them, and I'm talking about the ones who sell them and brag about it, and they complaining, and they know they've been getting over for a long time. See, the way I was brought up, we didn't have much. Back when I was coming up, the food, they was food stamps, looked like monopoly money in so many ways. That plate money looked like. And people needed real help. And
Right.
I understand when people sell them. So I wouldn't sit here and talk about something that I have never if I would sit there and say I wasn't on it before, or I've used it before, or I've bought some before, I would be a liar. That's why you look at what you do and you learn from it. But how many of y'all continue to try to make what's the word I want to say? Not a career out of it, but when you realize, like I like this comment that said, I once was on it when I needed help. I really needed help, and then I got off of it. But see, it's some women, if you catch what I'm saying in the video, I'm talking about the women that throw it up in other women's face. They brag about it. They brag about being on Section 8. That's why I say y'all don't listen. I'm talking about the ones that don't listen. They brag about it. They throw it up in women's face. And the women that kind of need real help, a lot of times they can't get it. But it's the ones that keep getting pregnant. See, y'all mad because I'm talking about your kin folks. I'm talking about you. But I love you. The truth hurts.
Yeah.
I'm just so sick of the emails and people calling me and the people that I know who ain't been doing nothing but selling stuff, man, selling stuff and been getting way more help. Somebody said, I think that was you, D-Lo, said you never heard of somebody getting $1,800 worth of food stamps. Oh man, $1,500, $1,000. It's some women that got 5 or 6.
I promise you, I used to go to medical school with this one chick. She looked like she was my age. I thought she was around my age, but she was actually in her 40s, and she had 8 children that lived with her. And she was getting, I believe at the time, between $1,800 to $2,500 in food stamps every morning. Every morning, everybody that she was cool with in medical class, she would we had like a 7-Eleven downstairs underneath in the same building that we went to school in. So she would tell us to get whatever we wanted. She was like, girl, get whatever y'all want. I don't care. Cause I don't be using all these food stamps anyway. And I'm like, well, you got 8 children. She was like, I'll be selling some of this stuff anyway, because, I don't use all this. Yeah, it's people out there that do get that much in food stamps. Trust me.
Children. I used to know a chick made the most out of the rest of her, so she had 6 kids, 4 baby daddies. Damn. She would get, man, back in the day, she was getting 800 stamps easy back then. I think there's somebody said in one of them states where y'all located, that was Mississippi. I responded back to you, Mississippi, when I said my wife is from Memphis. But people get mad when I talk like this. This is, and if you're thinking I'm down talking my race, like I said in the comment, you clearly don't know who I am. You're new to the page.
Yep.
All I do is try to build and help.
Yep.
But the way I talk, he's down in his own race of people. Why is there a time when you tell the truth that you down in somebody? Because you talking about the flip side of the help that you get when you taking the help. And you say, let me tell you something. I told y'all this years ago when I used to help with the North Texas Food Bank and United Universe delivering food. The saddest thing I saw, we had the big Tyson's feeding truck. Diesels coming out here, pulling up on University right there, letting people get all the free food they can. You know what they started doing? And they let me always take the bulk of everything because I'm loading up my truck, burning my gas. And they would let me come last and get all kind of stuff. And you know what they started doing out here? Stealing it. You know what else they started doing? Going around selling it. You know why they lost the benefits of that? Because they started selling it to the mom and the pop stores. Like somebody said in the comment, that's the same thing happened out here. That's why we lost that help out here in the community. Because people don't start selling to the stores and the people found out about it because the store was getting it cheap. And next thing you know, it was cut off. That's why I do these videos like that, to tell the truth. You can only get away with stuff for so long. When there's something that you call good going, and then it gets shut down, and then everybody mad. That's why I say you mess it up for the people that really, really need it. That really need it. Just like the churches, them begging preachers that's taking all the money. They are, gonna continue to rob folks with using the Bible. Giving them the blessing plan while you get the plan and they get the blessing. So when I talk to those new people, realize you don't know nothing about me, who I help, how many people I'm helping, what I'm doing, because I don't get on camera and brag about this stuff. What I do is just simply do it. I leave my little donation stuff up there, and we y'all that know me, y'all know what we do. That's all that matters. So before you start trying to talk about somebody, learn something about them. And if your little feelings hurt, oh well, get over it. Shalom.
Oh man!
You got to hear about this thing. There's this new air purifier out there. It's basically
for the
a
people
mold killer
that can't
destroys
see the
hidden
cash out
spores and makes your entire home safe to breathe in again. I
and
mean,
would like
this
to
thing is
donate.
nuts.
I do not discriminate. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, because I know a lot of people can't see where it's at or whatever, so I put it at the top. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, super chat, anything, anytime you want to donate, there you go.
Family, Shaman B. Miles coming to you live once again with another video.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me introduce my brother B Miles 84 Conscious Channel 2. Not my real brother, I just call him brother. But United States Senate takes steps toward the vote to end the historic federal shutdown 40 days. Now, why are we going into the government shutdown? Because, see, we went from talking about how black people act with, you know what I'm saying, to speaking about black people in the workplace, to talking about black people that receive food stamps. So now, we about to talk about how the U.S. Senate is taking steps toward voting to end historic federal shutdown. Yeah. And like I said, when this government reopens, whenever it does, I really feel like it's going to be some sinister things. Because trust and believe me, y'all wanted it open so bad. Oh, it's going to come with some different things. And it's going to make you feel like you walking on eggshells. But let's hear what Brother B. Miles got to say, man. He be really speaking some real truth.
Yeah, what's going on, family? Shaman B. Miles coming to you live once again with another video for the B. Miles 84 Conscious Channel. I actually want to come to y'all with another video, man, talking about how U.S. Senate takes steps forward to vote to end historic federal shutdown. They said the United States Senate on Monday moved toward a vote on reopening the federal government, suggesting that an end to the historic shutdown now on its 40th day is within reach. Senators plan to vote on advancing the House passed stopgap funding bill as early as Sunday night, with the understanding that it will be amended to combine a short-term funding measure with a package of a 3-4-year appropriation bills. The Senate's Republican Majority Leader John Thune said. The amended package will still have to be passed by the House of Representatives and sent to Donald Trump for his signature, a process that could take several days. Senate Democrats so far have resisted efforts to pass the funding measure, aiming to pressure Republicans to agree health care fixes that would include extended expiring subsidies under the Affordable Care Act. Under the deal being discussed, the Senate will agree to hold a separate vote later on the subsidies. Richard Blumenthal, a Democratic senator for Connecticut, told reporters that he will vote against the funding measure, but he suggested there could be enough Democratic support to pass it. He said, "I'm willing to accept the vague promise of a vote at some indeterminate time and on some undefined measure that extends healthcare tax credits," Blumenthal said. The Senate might get a vote on the health insurance credits, Ben Ray LeJean, the New Mexico Democratic, said. He said, "I'll emphasize Mike, but is Speaker Johnson going to do anything?" He says, "The president going to do anything?" They said Mike Johnson, the Republican House Speaker, has previously said he would not hold a vote on the plan to extend the credits to make health insurance affordable for millions of Americans who were not insured through their employers. Two leading progressives in the Senate Democratic caucus were even more dismissive of the emerging compromise. He said, "Mr. Mistake," Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts told Punchbowl News. She said it will be a policy and a political disaster for Democrats to cave, Bernie Sanders of Vermont said. Democrats in the House expressed their dismay.
Hakeem Jeffries, the House Minority Leader, promised to fight the proposed legislation. He said we would not support the spending legislation advanced by the Senate Republicans that fails to extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits. He said we will fight the GOP bill in the House of Representatives, Jeffries said in a statement. He said a deal that doesn't reduce healthcare costs is a betrayal of millions of Americans counted on Democrats to fight for them. Greg Casal, a Texas Democrat who leads the House Progressive Caucus, wrote on X. Republicans want healthcare cuts. Accepting nothing but a pinky promise from Republicans isn't a compromise, it's capitulation. Millions of families will pay the price. Unacceptable, Florida Congressman Maxwell Frost chimed in. There are 189,000 people in my district who will be paying 500 to 300% more for the same, and in many cases worse, health care. He said, I won't do that to the people I represent. He said, I am no on this deal. Democrats outside of Washington announced a compromise as well, saying pathetic, this isn't a deal. It's a surrender. Don't bend the knee. California Governor Gavin Newsom wrote on social media. Sunday marked the 40th day of the shutdown, which has sidelined federal workers in affected food aid, parks, and travel. And while air controls suffer shortages threatened to derail travel during the busy Thanksgiving holiday season late this month. That said, Tom Tillis, a Republican senator from North Carolina, said the mounting effects of the shutdown have pushed the chamber toward agreement. He said the final piece, a new resolution that will fund the government operations until late January, would also reverse at least some of Trump administration's mass layoffs of federal workers. So pretty much they're saying that the United States Senate are taking steps forward to, in this historic federal shutdown. So you definitely want to pay attention. But I had to come to y'all with this video, man. Spread thoughts up on this, shed light up on the situation. Felt the need that y'all had to hear this subject. Keep on liking and subscribing to my channel. Always appreciate the love.
So basically, he just gave an update or whatever. You know, I thought that he was gonna give his take on it, which was cool. It's cool. Now, I do know that. I guess apparently Trump is trying to give Americans, all Americans, as long as you're not upper class, $2,000 tariff refund checks or whatever like that. To everybody, all Americans get $2,000. Because according to Trump, let me go to the article because I actually saved it in my email, sent it to myself. Because according to Trump, America is now one of the richest countries. But we're going to read it. Let me see. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and read what this guy says. Because let's not forget that Trump has been saying that he was going to give when Elon Musk was running that little thing that they had going on, he was going to give refund checks then, I guess, from the DOJ or however the hell you say that. Look, they got all these type of, I don't know, man. But anyway, he been saying this for a long time. Did anybody get anything then? No. Do I think we're going to get $2,000, everybody? I could be wrong, but my thoughts, no, I don't think we're going to get anything. I think this man just be talking, to be honest, if you ask me. I could be wrong, though. And at first, earlier, I was a little, I was 50-50. I was like, yeah, he might, in exchange for our food stamps. Yeah, he's going to take away the food stamps and just say, here, $2,000 check. Because if you a single person and you get, say, for instance, $292 worth of food stamps per month, then if you get a $2,000 check, you better stretch that out. You know what I'm saying? Because you might not be ever getting food stamps again. So you better stretch out that $2,000 for about 6 to 6.5 months, you know, because that'll total up to the amount of food stamps that you receive per month. And yeah. But if you ask me, $2,000 for food, I mean, it'll help. Don't get me wrong. But the times that we living in, I feel like what they're gonna do is make all of the prices on food go up so high once he does distribute $2,000 checks. I feel like everything is it's a catch. It's a catch to it, man. Cause at the end of the day, they're not just gonna give you something and not expect nothing back. Or they're gonna give you something and then they're gonna raise up the prices on everything. And obviously they're gonna be getting their money back anyway, as always. Cause like I said before, this is what it feels like. Here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go. And it's just the exchange. It's just consistent exchange. They give you something in exchange for something. They give you money and you give it back to them. Anyway, let's read this article. It says Trump says that he'll issue $2,000 tariff dividend to all except high-income people. And this was updated yesterday on ABC News. You can go check out the website if you want. November 9th, 2025. President Donald Trump on Sunday claimed that a dividend of at least $2,000 a person will be paid to all Americans except for high-income people, saying that the country is now wealthy as a result of his tariff policies. People that are against tariffs are fools. We are now the richest, most respected country in the world with almost no inflation. Bullshit. And a record stock market price. 401ks are the highest ever, the president wrote. Is that true, guys? A dividend of at least $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, will be paid to everyone, he added. Now, this is what Trump is saying. In an interview on ABC News this week on Sunday, Treasury Secretary Scott said that he had not spoken with Trump about the proposed dividend, calling opponents to tariffs fools. Trump claimed a dividend of at least $2,000 a person will be paid to everyone. The $2,000 dividend could come in lots of forms and lots of ways. George Bacento Anchor George. You know, it could be just the tax decreases that we are seeing on the president's agenda. You know, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, deductibility of auto loans. And that's it. That's all they said. And so I had to save that so I can give y'all that little update. And then also there is a video. We react to this one guy's videos quite often. His name is Snyder Reports. And he's been keeping us updated on what's going on.
Someone order a college degree.
Let me see if he got any recent updates, because this one so far was 7 hours ago. Okay, yeah, it looks like he has an update 2 hours ago. $2,000 stimulus checks to every person is the title of this video. So we're going to go ahead and look at this.
President Trump just the other day announced that he wants to send $2,000 tariff rebates or stimulus checks out to the American people and send it to millions of people here in the United States. But why? Why is President Trump pushing for a $2,000 tariff rebate check? Well, I'm going to answer that in today's video because we do have a little bit more insight as to what President Trump is thinking and why at this time. But this is what he put out on Truth Social just the other day. Look at this. It says, people that are against tariffs are fools. We are now the richest,
most respected country in the world with almost no inflation and a record stock market price. 401k is our highest ever. We are taking in trillions of dollars and will soon begin paying down our enormous debt, $37 trillion. Record investment in the USA, plants and factories going up all over the place, a dividend of at least $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, will be paid to everyone. That is what President Trump said just yesterday. Now, I mentioned this in a couple of the videos I did yesterday, but what I didn't mention was why. We know that President Trump wants to provide some sort of relief to the American people because he keeps on being asked about affordability. Giving the American household or American people $2,000 a person. So a family of two, $4,000. A family of three, $6,000. A family of five, $10,000. That would be substantial, and that would help them pay down bills. That would help them put food on the table. And ultimately, it would help them stop talking about affordability for a short time. This is what President Trump put out just today. Look at this. It says, all money left over from the $2,000 payments made to low and middle income USA citizens from the massive tariff income pouring into our country from foreign countries, which will be substantial, will be used to substantially pay down national debt. Now, here's what people are asking. Says all money left over from the $2,000 payments. Does this mean we are going to take the entire amount of tariff revenue? We are going to subtract $2,000 per person, except for high-income earners. And then that's going to be paid out, and then the rest is going to be paid to or go towards paying down our national debt. Some are saying that this is a good idea. Others say this is a terrible idea. Congress would never go for it. And honestly, at this point, I don't know if Congress, specifically Republicans, will vote in favor of using the majority of funds in order to pay a $2,000 payment to millions of Americans. But why would President Trump even bring this up? Well, this is what we're hearing. Some are concerned that Republicans, or mainly Republicans, are concerned that this is going to be inflationary. But some say that no, this is not going to cause any additional inflation because that money was already paid. It's pretty much a tax on imports. So they're saying that the money's already been paid, so it's not going to be inflationary. I'm here to tell you, if every single person here in the United States receives a $2,000 stimulus check or tariff rebate, that is going to be inflationary. And according to reports, we will likely see a 1 to 1.5% increase in our inflation report. Here's the other thing. We haven't been getting real up-to-date data from the federal government because they've been shut down. That's the concern moving forward, is that we are going to start to see a lot of information. A lot of this data that's been hidden, that we've not been receiving because the government's been shut down, it's going to start flowing here very soon once the government reopens. When it does, that's going to dictate and tell us what we can and can't do. But here's the big one. Why is President Trump pushing for this $2,000 tariff rebate check now, the beginning of November of 2025? Some say it's because he does realize there's a little bit of an affordability crisis, and some of the things that he wants to pass, for instance, a 50-year mortgage, he wants to really push that. Well, is he going to have enough support to actually do it? That we don't know. Are we going to see more people push for this tariff rebate? Possibly, again, we don't know. But here's the big one. This is coming from somebody, again, with a little bit of insight. Okay, they're kind of inside the circles here. They say it looks like Trump is pushing to have this get paid out so that more people will be supportive of the tariffs.
Wouldn't it be nice if work was just smooth? It can be with Zoho.
Why? Why would he want more people to support tariffs, especially at this point? Well, it could be because we are about to see tariffs rise. President Trump may be seeing that, okay, we have some success here. We are able to bring in a lot of money through tariff revenue, but we are not bringing in enough money to accomplish our end goal, which is potentially eliminating the federal income tax for all earners. Okay, for all earners. That would be huge. It says right now, there are many people that don't like what tariffs are doing to this economy, and they would need to see some type of kickback or some type of reward to continue to support this tariff revenue. So that's where we're at. Again, I think this is interesting. This is extremely interesting, but I want to read you a couple other things, okay, which we already read, but look at this. It says right here, people are against tariffs are fools. People that are against tariffs are fools. Now, if President Trump does not give $2,000 per person, are we still fools? Okay?
I was finna say, like, shit, honestly, Trump, if you don't get them $2,000 checks that you talking about to everybody, you know what I'm saying? The people that's reliant on those $2,000 checks, they gonna be calling you a damn fool. But see, me personally, I am no fool to a system that wants to intentionally get people happy just to make them not happy again. And that goes to the people that's, very, reliant on those $2,000 checks. Now, my prime example, right? And mind you, I didn't even feel no type of way about this either. My prime example, a lot of people here in the state of Illinois did end up getting their food stamps and stuff like that, right? Rather it was already pending as a, deposit in your EBT account, or rather you had just received it. Now, if you received it, there was people out there that was still waiting to get it. But Trump ended up, winning that appeal that he did, that I said that he's probably gonna do. And it put a pause on it, which, made it to where your food stamp card cannot be used. Even if you had a pending amount on there, even if you were supposed to get your food stamps today, they made it to where it can't be used. So I can only imagine the happiness from people when they looked and saw $375 pending. You know what I'm saying? They like, man, I'm about to get my food stamps tomorrow. Yes. Then all of a sudden, voila, you ain't getting it no more now. Yeah, it said that it was pending as a deposit, but you ain't about to get it no more now. And yeah, then all of a sudden, now they getting it again. Now they all went to the store to go get their food and stuff like that. So I'm not sure what it is that is really and truly going on with this system. But it's like, it's just diabolical. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's crazy. It's crazy because see, what they doing is they messing up people. They playing in y'all faces though. I'm not gonna lie to you. They really playing. And then he's saying, here we go with this again. Now you talking about a $2,000 check or whatever. See, what it is also, what I think too, is they just want to get people happy. They want to get people happy. They want you to believe in them. He wants you to believe in his system. They want you to continue to have that slave mentality. They want to geek you up just to put you back down again. This is exactly why I don't get happy in these type of, like, okay, if you're going to give it, give the shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll use it as a tool like I always do with money. It's a tool. I don't get happy with it. See, back then, when I was in the world, I would get happy with money. I promise you. Give me a few dollars, I get happy. Get my check, I get happy. Now, I don't get happy with this. I use it for what it's for. It's money, and it should be used for the things that you need. But yeah, man, I just wanted to say, like, he's saying that the people that is against tariffs is fools. If you don't get that $2,000 out, you definitely gonna be a fool to the people that's relying on it.
Says we are now the richest, most respected country in the world. Okay, a record stock market price. This is true. The stock market today rallied. It's gone up, which is great. But at the same time, we are seeing some stocks like tech, it's overvalued. This is why it sold off over the past couple weeks, is because it's overvalued. And some say we might be in a bubble. Here's the next thing. 401ks are the highest ever, and we're taking in trillions of dollars, and soon we'll begin paying down our enormous debt, $37 trillion. That's great. Here's the thing. According to other surveys, the American people are saying that if companies were here in the United States, they would be willing to pay more for said products, as long as they're manufactured here, and we know we're creating jobs right here in the good old USA. Well, if we are willing to pay more, are we willing to pay more with our current salary, or are we only willing to pay more if we get some type of kickback from the federal government? Some say that's the reason why people are open to the idea of paying more. Only if the federal government will give us some type of break, some type of credit, some type of stimulus to go and afford said products. So, we're going to see, but I wanted to share this with you because right now, President Trump is pushing for these $2,000 stimulus checks. But here is the big question. Does the math make sense? Can we afford to give every single person a $2,000 stimulus check, especially when we are still trying to fight to pay down our debt? That right there, I don't know. But what I can tell you is if this money is given to lower income households and even middle income households, they're likely going to spend it on goods, which is great for the economy. The problem is it's going to increase inflation. And if we see additional inflation, this also means the Federal Reserve is likely not going to lower rates. Yep. And that right there could be a big concern for the Trump administration, who again has been pushing for lower rates for quite some time. So we'll see what happens over the next several days, but as of right now, President Trump is pushing to get a $2,000 stimulus check out to the American people. So, as soon as we get more information on this, I promise I'll bring you all the latest news and updates as soon as we get them. But as of today, that is what we know. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing.
Okay.
And I'll see you guys.
All right. Trump, I don't know, man. I don't know. Just don't talk about it. Be about it, I guess. I don't know. It honestly, it is people out here that apparently really need that. He do be saying stuff like stimulus checks and stuff where he'll bring it up, and it's like soon as he say that, people be like, oh, y'all heard Trump about to give out those stimulus checks again. He only did that like one time. He did that one. You know what? That was back, I think, was it around COVID? Yeah, it was. And then it wasn't no more of that. So, yeah. And then I'm seeing things about the government is set to reopen. Let me see if there's any updates on that really quick, because I guess that would be important for people to know. Okay. So we got 18 minutes ago. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, 18 minutes ago. So this one says, The Senate pushes forward on a deal to reopen the government. Is this what I kind of read? It was a 60-40 vote on day 41 of the shutdown, which allowed the measure to move ahead with the support of Republicans and a group of 8 Democratic defectors who backed it over the opposition of the rest of their party. Senator John Thune, Republican of South Dakota and a majority leader, was pressing for a vote to pass the bill as early as Monday night. So it looks like they're trying to get some work done today. But if you ask me, I think what they're going to do is what they always do. Probably go on their little vacations and stuff like that. And, they're going to celebrate the holidays. And then they're going to come back probably maybe sometime in December, do the same thing again. Then they'll be back for sure in January. Now, that's what I think. I could be totally wrong. They might reopen the government. But I would not be surprised if they wait until January to do it. Because they're going to go on their little vacations and stuff and their holidays and, take time off for the holidays while still getting paid. And you're going to watch your ass suffer pretty much. It says Mr. Thune had urged his colleagues from the Senate floor earlier in the day not to pointlessly drag out the process. People have suffered for long enough. And Speaker Mike Johnson has urged House members who have not held a vote in nearly 2 months as they took an extended recess during the shutdown to begin the process of returning to Capitol Hill. Right now, action in that chamber is not expected until Wednesday at its earliest. If the Senate passes the spending package, it still needs to be approved by the House before it can be signed by President Trump, who said on Monday afternoon that he approved of the plan. We'll be opening up our country very quickly, he told the reporters at the White House, praising the deal as very good. I'm not going to read the rest because I don't feel like it. So you guys can go on New York Times to read it. Yeah. So it looks like they are trying to work very swiftly to reopen the government. And honestly, am I happy about it? No. Y'all sat up here and cried and boo-hooed and got online and you talked about, you talked about what you're gonna do, what it is that you want to do. That you're gonna go into the stores and steal if your food stamps don't come on. And guess what? They played in your face. They turned them on and turned them back off. Gotta be quicker than that. I promise you, I told y'all that's exactly how they be. I told y'all this in the last live stream that I did. I said, see, the government is like, gotta be quicker than that. They turned those food stamps on for you. And they shut it back off fast as hell. And made it to where nobody has access to their link cards. Even the people that already had money on there to be able to purchase food. Hey, I was one of those people. Thank God. Thank God we went to the store yesterday to get a few things, man. Because it was like, soon as we needed to go back, the system was down in the state of Illinois. I don't know about y'all's states or whatever, but in the state of Illinois, the system went down. They said that they can't access, they was like, we can't access your state's EBT something. I can't remember the actual notification, right? So I told my husband, I said, you know what, let's call the card. I called the card. The balance is no longer there. And they said that you cannot use your card at all. Please call the 1-800 number. And I was like, Dang, they just really played in our faces again. You know what I'm saying? Did I feel any type of way about it? Nah. I was just trying to see what's going on. I'm like, dang, it was just on there yesterday. They took it off and they put it back on again. And then they took it off again. So I don't know what's going on with the EBT system in the state of Illinois, but I know I think it's down. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I wouldn't say it's down, but it's like it's on and off. It's like they shutting it off and they shutting it back on, bro. It's weird. So yeah, you know, it's just crazy. But we gonna go ahead and we're gonna do about 8 more minutes, y'all, and then we're gonna get up out of here.
I go the other way.
That looks like AI for real. Anyway, yeah, we about to do 8 more minutes of a new video, and then we're gonna go ahead and close this out. And we gotta end it off with psychotic.
People walk through life.
Man, shout out to Psychotic. The name of this video is The Psychology of Those Who Do Not Need to Wear Name Brand Clothes. Yep, I think this might be a good one, especially for the black folks.
Without a single brand. Have you ever wondered why some people walk through life without a single brand on them, and yet seem more confident than those covered head to toe in logos? Why there are individuals who don't need an embroidered label to feel like somebody, while others feel like they're falling apart if they're not wearing the right symbol on their chest? Maybe the question makes you uncomfortable. Maybe it pierces you like a needle, because deep down you know there's something there, something you haven't wanted to look at head on. That branded clothing isn't just expensive fabric, it's an emotional crutch. And the one who doesn't need it, the one who lives completely free of that modern amulet, usually has an inner strength that dismantles anyone who depends on external approval. But hold on a second. Imagine this. You're surrounded by people competing to stand out, people clinging to borrowed shine to light up their own shadow. And suddenly someone shows up who doesn't play that game, someone who wears what they want without worrying about what people will say. Someone who doesn't crawl after logos as if identity were in a metallic thread sewn onto a t-shirt. That person walks into a place without noise, without ostentation, and still commands the room. Why? Because they aren't trying to prove anything. Because their worth doesn't depend on a seal, or a brand, or a price. Because their confidence can't be bought. And that, believe me, unsettles. It even scares. Because when you see someone like that, an idea starts to burn inside you. What if I could also live without that dependence? What if my entire search for validation has been a trap? I'm going to tell you without softening anything. There are people who don't wear branded clothes because their identity is not for sale.
Exactly.
Because they don't need to dress up as status. Because they don't feel that silent anxiety that forces you to impress the crowd.
Yep.
While some wrap themselves in labels to avoid facing who they really are, others live light, raw, authentic, and free. That freedom drives those who depend on others' judgment to despair, because it reveals a brutal truth. If you need to prove your worth through a logo, it's because you haven't yet found your own. And no one wants to admit it. No one wants to accept that that sweatshirt with a famous name in giant letters isn't a symbol of power, but armor made to protect a brittle self-esteem. What's curious is that those who don't wear brands aren't trying to draw attention, but they do. They don't try to stand out, yet they stand out. They don't seek recognition, yet they awaken a mix of respect and suspicion. Why? because they're an anomaly in a world built on insecurity. They're a crack in the system. They're living proof that you can exist without following the social script, without letting yourself be hypnotized by artificial shine. And that anomaly makes people nervous. It throws them off. It stirs a deep fear, the fear of realizing they've spent years trying to fill a void with things that mean nothing. Maybe you're wondering what's special about those people, what goes through their heads, where that calm that's so hard to imitate comes from. Relax.
This is exactly why I keep saying, like, we live in a world, in a society where people don't even realize that, honestly, you a little mentally ill in certain areas, to be honest. Especially if you feel like, oh yeah, I am somebody with this Louis Vuitton jacket on. No, you're not.
You're going to find out. But first, let me throw you another uncomfortable question. One of those that stays stuck in your chest. How much of what you're wearing is a choice? And how much is fear? Fear of not fitting in, fear of not standing out, fear of not being enough, fear of being looked at as if you had no value. Because in the end, branded clothing isn't just a symbol, it's a statement. Please look at me and accept me.
You feel me?
In contrast, the one who doesn't need it is saying something completely different. I don't need your approval to exist. And when someone says that without words, they become uncontrollably magnetic. But don't worry, I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to take you along a path most never travel. I'm here so you can understand why those people operate differently, what's in their psychology, what allows them to breathe without anxiety while the rest of the world is drowning, trying to be seen. And I promise you something with all the clarity in the world. If you stay until the end, you're going to discover exactly why those people don't need branded clothes, how they build their identity without depending on external validation, and above all, how you can start doing it too. Because yes, there's a pattern, there's a mental structure, there's a deep root behind all of this. And I'm going to reveal it to you. Here, today. No detours, no masks.
They focus intensely. They thrive on routine. Sometimes they...
No logos. And now listen to this carefully, because what's coming isn't a continuation. It's a deeper descent into a place almost no one wants to enter. You've already understood that those who don't wear branded clothes aren't seeking validation. But there's something darker, more intimate, more revealing. Their relationship with silence. Yes, silence. That mental space where there are no outside opinions, where there are no comparisons, where there are no gazes dictating your worth. A place most people avoid because that's where you hear the truths that hurt. Most people need noise to feel safe. Visual noise, social noise, emotional noise. And brands are precisely noise. A bright, strident noise designed to fill voids you don't want to acknowledge. But those who don't wear branded clothes are comfortable in silence. They don't need a label to speak for them because they already listen to themselves. And that's the real difference. They're not afraid to be alone with what they truly are. They don't need adornment to tolerate their own presence. Silence is a weapon only the brave know how to wield. Because in it, identity is molded without influences, without pressure, without social makeup. And that's why those who have learned to live without brands usually handle silence like their own territory. While others try to fill it desperately, they inhabit it naturally. That inner calm allows them to walk through any space without needing to justify themselves. And although they don't say it, that serenity clashes with the world. It clashes with those who depend on noise to feel important. It clashes with those who live seeking external proof that they're worth something. Notice something. When someone is full of noise, They fear silence will strip them. But the one who's at peace with what he is has nothing to hide. That's why their clothing is usually simple, straightforward, without symbols. It's not a posture. It's not rebellion. It's not disdain for money. It's emotional stability. It's inner harmony. It's the silent expression of someone who isn't trapped by collect.
All right, y'all. You can go and check that video out. It's by the YouTuber Psychotic, and it's called The Psychology of Those Who Don't Need to Wear Branded Clothes. Or you could just check out Alan Watts, you know. But yeah, y'all. Look, to my black people out there. Look, don't feel offended. It was literally nothing but the truth. And if you don't fit the narrative, like I said, don't get offended. If it has nothing to do with you, no need for you to get offended. If you're not one of those, no need for you to get offended. Because it's a lot of people out here that know me personally. I'm not going to say any names. That I see on a daily that actually watches my videos. And they have nothing to say to me anymore. They went from, hey, how you doing? Ooh, girl. Hey, girl. To now that they're able to see me on YouTube and listen to my videos. And we talking black people. Now they look at me when I walk past them. And all you hear is silence. Now it's none of that, hey, girl, anymore. How you doing? Ain't none of that anymore. Because the truth hurts. And I know the truth. I know the truth be beating them. And it's okay. Because I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I was just like y'all. Once upon a time. See, the thing is with black people too. A lot of black folks are reluctant to change. They got way too much pride. You can't tell them nothing. They'll never stop wanting money. They'll never stop idolizing it. It's like money will never go anywhere in their eyes. And you can't stop them from loving it. You cannot separate them from money. What are you talking about? You literally cannot push them away from their money. They need it. They want it. They crave it. And it ain't nothing you could do about it. Because all you gonna do when you talk bad about them and their money is make them go deeper into the matrix. When they have to prove to you, when they have to prove something to you, they got to go deeper into the matrix to do that. Now you giving them something that's not too much of a hard task. You know what I'm saying? You said she got all that hate in her. What are you talking about? Yeah, you know. For real. And I'm gonna definitely keep the live streams going as much as I could. Off the top, we literally just had, and shout out to my husband too, because he did a live stream earlier about on his other channel, y'all. This is his other channel, but the main channel, go on over there and follow him. He's a big supporter of mine, so you will be able to see him inside of the comment section. King Lou TV 31. Go follow him. Because he speak truth just as well as I do. I always piggyback off of him. You know what I'm saying? He did a live stream earlier about our kind, black people. And it wasn't nothing but the truth. You know? I just want to say this too to my black folks. All help ain't good help. Why do y'all want government so bad? Why do you want daddy government so bad? Now, don't get me wrong, because shout out to my husband. He said the same thing earlier. It's a damn shame how your own family won't help you, but the system will. The system will It'll give you some help. And yeah, it's help that you can use. It's assistance, and it's supposed to be temporary. It is meant to be temporary, but it's just sad because your own family won't even do that. Your own family won't even give your ass some temporary assistance. If you tell them that you need help, they will walk away from you, deny you, cut you off, call you every type of name except a child of God, and that's what it is. And they'll spread rumors about you. And then when you say, all right, you know what? I'll just go ask someone else. They get offended when you say you're going to ask somebody else. Sometimes they'll even go as far as to saying, oh, well, go ahead, ask somebody else then. And then once you stop talking to them and you cut them loose, now here comes the narcissism. Now here comes the toxicity. See, me personally, been there, done that. I don't want no parts. And to anybody that knows me personally, that's watching this out there, that's family probably, I just want to let you know, like, enjoy your life. Be blessed. The only time that you're going to hear from me is when you see me on here. But just know I'm doing good. I'm okay. I'm doing okay. You know, because God, he got me and he always will. It's a shame how your own family, they will watch you suffer, literally. Black people. To my black people, though, the best solution is to just be yourself at this point. Just be yourself. Go through the struggle because it will make you. Real talk. It will make you a better person. Going through the struggle will make you become a better person. If you let it, some of y'all just won't even let the struggle help you. The struggle helped me. How is that even possible? It's possible. It did it for me. And I know it can do it for you. The struggle will literally make you a great person. It will make you a better person. Trial and error, it will make you a better person. But y'all won't let that. And you should. You should want to go through the fire. Go through the fire. Yeah, go through the fire. Why would I go through the fire? Because it's going to help you. I was in a world once upon a time. I was just like y'all once upon a time. I am not perfect either. But I know for a fact, I could tell you this. I'm not like your typical black person that you see out here. I just want to say this. I know for a fact that I stand out because everybody within my community or family members, all of them think alike, they act alike, they do everything alike. Nobody wants to be different from one another. People, just like Psychotic said, they believe that name brands, it makes them who they are. Because they feel like the only time that they will be heard is when they put on something name brand. Or if they have a high status. Or if the income is incoming. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, now they feel like they can be heard. Now they feel like they're somebody. Now they feel like they're on top of the world because they're getting that attention. You said people on YouTube will help before friend. Exactly. You feel me? Shout out to Demi. People on YouTube, complete strangers I don't even know, will literally donate and I don't even know them. And family won't do that. But when I got in my 30s, I started to realize that, you know, family is just a label. See, we are on assignment. You know what I'm saying? I was assigned to a certain family. And then as the years went on, as I got older, I started to realize that, yeah, y'all my family, but that's all it is. It's just a label. It's just a name. I'm so sick and tired of that blood thicker than what? No, it's not. Blood ain't thicker than water. Because if blood was thicker than water, then explain to me why is water thicker than blood? If blood is thicker than water, how come my own blood will watch me fail? They will stump me in the ground while I'm already down. They'll spread rumors about me that ain't even true. They will get irritable with me just for me asking for help. They'll try to make it seem like, oh, I helped you last time. $10 ain't do nothing. Just want to let you know that. See, and this is just a harsh reality. And I promise you, people in your family will give you $10 and think that it's going to change your whole entire life. And they're going to feel like, oh, I already helped you. But you have the ability to help more. What do you mean? Help should not be exhausted, to be honest. Now, I can see if I didn't want to get on my feet or if I never wanted to help myself. But being that family members know the situation, well, I'm going to say they knew the situation because we talking about something from the past. They knew the situation. I mean, any form of help would have been nice. Not even just money. I don't care about money. I don't care about money, bro. You can lend a helping hand when you there consistently in my corner, being my family, making sure I'm good mentally, all of that. But all it takes for me is to ask you for some help and you assume I'm asking you for money, and then you walk away from me and you turn your back on me. Black people shut down. Black people shut down. And you know what? To conclude this video, I just want to say this. We live in the times where, yeah, we're going through a government shutdown, but this is a black people shutdown for sure, because we can't even help each other in these times. We can't even give one. You not know how many black folks out here have the ability to help others? How many black people run their own non-for-profit organizations? How many wealthy black people we live around, but they will never help anybody within their community because they believe that help has to consist of money, and it doesn't. It could be something so simple as giving a hug, giving kind words, making sure people got some food. It might not be much, but man, all y'all folks out here with these non-for-profit black-owned organizations and stuff, I feel like y'all should put it to use. And y'all got all this money coming in and stuff, but you ain't even trying to help. Obviously, we see our local politicians won't help. Duh. Y'all sit here and complain about the system, but you are the damn system. You are the system. Of course you are. Of course. Why wouldn't you be? The system shut down and black people shut down. I ain't gonna lie to you. I could say other cultures did as well, but when we talking about black people today, the system shut down and it helped black people shut down as well. Cause the system said, oh no, you ain't getting no food stamps. So black people said, oh well, I ain't getting no food stamps. Ain't nobody getting no help now. I'm not gonna help anybody because I'm not getting my food stamps, or I am not getting my government assistance. So I am not going to help people. And that's a shame, bro. That's a shame. We look at each other and turn our noses up at one another every time we see each other. You can't even be a stranger to another black person because they will look at you and immediately prejudge you and not like you in the same breath. And they dare you to ask them for some help. They're going to deny you. Strive to be a better you every day so you won't fit in with the in crowd. So you won't be another statistic. And I'm not saying that so you can satisfy the eyes and the ears of everybody else, but just be a better you, especially being that you know how this system operates. And when you look at channels that speak truth, you will begin to learn the ways of the world and the ways of the people. You will begin to learn that people are extremely evil, selfish, and not everybody. But y'all know who I'm talking about. You will begin to see those things. You will begin to take the blindfold off and open up your eyes. So once you're able to do that, strive to be a better you. Don't care about the money. Don't care about the name brands. Don't care about if you could pay your bills or not. Don't care about if you got if you can get you a car or not. All of this stuff is temporary, bro. None of this stuff is gonna be here forever. None of it. It's temporary. And they're playing in your faces with it. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Trump does give out those $2,000 stimulus checks. And when he do, I would not be surprised if everything skyrockets. I wouldn't be surprised if he just all talk and he ain't gonna do anything. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Don't let those tariff checks change who you are if you do get it. You take it, you use it as a tool, use it for what you need, and don't fall in love with it, y'all. Real talk, stay the hell out the matrix. Stay the hell out the matrix. If you need that $2,000, use it for what you need it for. If you don't even need that $2,000 and you don't even want that bull crap, maybe just take it and give it to somebody else that need it. And this is just all real genuine talk, real talk. But I love each and every last person that came out, that engaged in the live stream, that was here to listen, all of that. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all support. Y'all know we about to get up out of here. Make sure you stay authentic, stay genuine. Make someone smile today, this evening, maybe tomorrow. Hey, it don't have to be money either. Please, y'all, for the love of me, please stop thinking that everything has to be money, bro, because it don't. You can help someone without giving them money. You can. If a person say that they hungry and then you got the ability to help them, get them some food. You ain't got to give them no money. If a person say they want some clothes and they need some clothes, could you get them some clothes if you have the ability to do that? It don't have to be money involved for everything. I mean, you don't have to give them money. Just saying, it's other forms of help. Y'all be great out there. Love everybody, all cultures. Nevertheless, wake them folks up.